そうだ、味方だぜ。
Hello, and welcome everyone to D6, where I, RCM, bring together a bunch of friends from the internet, and we play onto a D&D livestream show. Where we get into tonight, we're not going to be doing any of the major shout-out announcements as we always do. We're going to be moving that towards the end of the stream. However, I will be doing the regular normal spiel before we come in. As of this past week, it is, not without ever one to not bring up attention to things that have been happening, as we are all aware of everything that is happening between the riots, the death of a man, and the way that it just feels like it's getting more and more terrifying every week. Just keep in mind that, these things cannot be reconciled with wisdom, justice, and love. It's something that we have to actively remember to change. The reason why we vote, the reason why we do these things, and the reason why we always have moments of clarity, and the reason why people go out and fight for the things that they fight for are often to be respected, and to remember that we should always keep up to date with the facts and remember who we are, and that we need to be able to build upon ourselves. And I know I try and keep up with these kind of things every week. I've already said my spiel on Twitter, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this for this episode, but do keep in mind, be safe out there, everyone, whether you are protesting or whether you are giving donations. Just be safe. Remember to love each other, and don't ever don't be terrible. That is just one of the very few advices that I have in life. Just don't be terrible. All right. So that being said, I'm not even gonna talk about Patreon because it's just I don't want to segue to that because it just doesn't feel right. So tonight we're just gonna go ahead and skip on over to everyone going ahead, waking up. Hello, my friends. Wise from your graves.
Wise from your graves.
Yeah.
Hello. Pieces of good shit. What do you mean we're starting?
Yeah, we're starting game. Yeah, so we're not going to be doing announcements. We're just going to...
But my chips, though, while I wait on everyone else. Dare you take this away
You can
from me?
still do both.
Yeah, you can still do both.
You gotta be professional chips.
Lionel, why are you eating? Where did you get those chips?
Lionel, why aren't you getting chips? And why aren't you sharing?
Also, what are chips?
Just pull up a bag of saltine crackers and loudly eat them in front of your microphone. Nothing bad ever happens to those people.
So, as per the general news of D6, if you guys want to go ahead and try and catch up on any of the last week's episodes, all episodes are uploaded as VODs onto the D6 channel. Including that, there will be a new video that isn't specifically D6, but it will be dropped on the D6 channel. It is the video of me and Joe Cat looking at D&D OCs. So if you guys are looking forward to that, then by all means. Bracky, do you have any art things that need to be explained?
Why me? I thought we started with Garu. I mean...
Right? What?
The
We're
joke!
not doing announcements.
Okay.
We're just
We're not doing announcements,
Yeah.
but since
confused.
you've been on
Then
point
why-
with telling
We're
people about-
we're sticking to D6 stuff, and then all of our major announcements will be towards the end.
Okay,
so
that's good.
Yeah,
That's confusing. But yeah, if you have any fan art or any D&D discussion regarding the campaign, you can do so on Twitter by using the hashtag D6DR, and you can tag us with our Twitter handles, which you can find underneath our characters' names.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, with that said, any other D6 stuff that we need to talk about? I feel like that just covers everything.
That Francis on
Pretty
the
much.
here.
That
Oh
covers
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Dry's not going to be here for the next couple of weeks. I am currently under the impression to try and find a guest for next week. We'll see what happens.
He's actually in the Beastlands.
Yeah, he's
Think about it.
the true Beastlands.
right.
The outback of Australia.
All right. So, that said, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into tonight's game of D6. Oh my God, we did this within the first 5 minutes. Oh,
Because there are no announcements.
yeah. All right, so where we had last left off, After what was the spring ball for Aurario, that's a little too loud. What was the spring ball in Aurario, where all the royals and many people from all across Alanon come to celebrate. The party, apologizing to the Queen of Vale and to her advisor, and then saying some temporary goodbyes, going to Arvello, to the Arvello's arcane assets to meet with Dominic in order to traverse to the Beastlands. After which, when they had arrived, they met a man who was formerly a citizen of Yemnin who had entrapped himself in the Beastlands for the past 20-ish years, in which he had trained, raised, and added Yemnin society to the Beastlands to a clan of kobolds known as the Chick-Chuck clan. So... So, after which, after explaining, Unko, who had explained that he had not only been trapped, but also been hunted by what was a tiger man, and that he would be coming at some point. To which, after waiting and waiting, finally he had approached, which turned out to be a Rakshasa man, who bore the bow that they have been looking for within the Beastlands, to which, after a confrontation, managed to succeed, getting the bow, defeating a T-Rex, River turning into a T-Rex for a day, and flying out to go meet Melora for a short meeting before having to tend to other matters in the multiverse. So, where you guys left off is you guys are standing within what is the temporary home of Melora here. You guys are kind of staring out into the giant open watered sea that almost seems boundless. The ever glowing light of what is this afternoon sunset always, everlasting here.
Well, from my understanding from last time, people who wanted to take a long rest, so they were just investigating around.
Yeah, I think Lionel and Dominic went in a little bit further into the tree. Franz turned into an armadillo
And rolled
and
away.
rolled off.
Yeah.
Helena is just following him to make sure he's fine. I think Canis and Garu stayed behind.
Yeah.
So for all intents and purposes, I feel like we just literally we're gonna take a rest now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much take a rest, regroup, and
Alright.
figure out what the heck we're gonna do next.
And then ghost the fuck on up out of here back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we need to pick up.
Crazy.
Oh, no.
Akko. Yeah, we gotta pick up
I'm
Akko
still
along the
wondering
way.
what to do with him, though. Like, what, is he just going to live in your basement?
That sounds like a good plan.
No,
I'm
I
not making another hobo.
no. You don't have to. You don't have to invite him into your home. You just got to bring him back to the material realm and tell him to be off with himself.
Yeah, he has his own life in Yemen, right?
It's the problem of him getting there, but that seems to be more his problem than ours.
Look, we can give him a little bit of money for travel and let him be on his merry, crazy way.
I don't believe we should give him anything because I feel like he'll just bumble himself into a situation where he'll find items or die trying.
Well, that'll be his own issue, but yeah, it's possible.
I mean,
Either
we
way,
should
we
try and
need
get
to
him
at
some
least
help.
fulfill that promise.
As far as we are aware, we told him we can take him back, and he just wants to go back. Doesn't mean we have to take care of him. We're not a daycare.
He has also lived in the Beastlands for Lord knows how long, so he'll be fine on his own.
I wonder what's gonna happen to the kobolds, though.
It's that scene from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective where they all fucking have a huge party as he's leaving.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys decide to rest here within the home of Melora.
Yeah. Is there anything of interest in this place? I don't know, spring water that makes my hair more glossy. I don't fucking know.
Nothing of the sort. It does seem like there are very nice plantation. There is what looks like to be a single stream of water that continues out towards the entrance of the home. And generally speaking, you guys don't feel any inclination to magic here. It seems like it's warded in a very heavy, if not divine way.
Oh man, there's no goddess bathwater?
I'm getting the rolled up newspaper. Hold on.
Batter up.
Bad River! Bad!
Delicious.
But no,
And
it's
just like that, you have lost all chances of you ever turning into a dinosaur from Lionel ever again.
No, but I want to be a motherfucking T-Rex.
Not anymore.
Damn it.
So, I mean, as far as it just looks like upkept like plants, herbs, various other kinds of materials. They're all.
Are there any signs that said "Don't pick up the flowers, don't pick up my fruit"?
I don't believe a nature goddess would have a fucking an inkling as to what signs are. I feel like that's more of a civilized concept.
That, and if you
What are
did
signs?
if you did pick something, I feel like she'd be able to just grow it back.
Yeah, actually.
She probably
make
will
a
do ask.
make an investigation check. River,
Oh. Oh shit. Okay.
since you're the one looking at them.
Investigation. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a 7.
7. I mean, these are really nice looking flowers and plants. There's a bit of sage and basil growing in one direction. There's also this one really like multicolored floral bellflower that seems to be dripping some kind of like syrupy like molasses as it's kind of pouring out into a cup.
Into a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a new one.
River turns to the side. Yo, you see this like tomato? It's perfectly orange. What the fuck is up with that?
After all this shit, and is this edible? I want to smell it a little bit.
As you sniff this ever like thin nectar, it is super sweet, but it also has this almost rotted smell to it.
Oh, what the fuck? How does that work?
It kind of smells like beer, like controlled rot.
Ah, so fermenting.
Yeah.
Fermented.
Like fermented rot, like you can smell it.
Hey, guys, want to try something?
Okay.
I'm just going to give him the cup.
As you
Here,
move the
drink this.
as you move the cup and the stream starts pouring onto the little earthen table as it's now beginning to kind of just create a small spot, now growing slightly bigger. As you hand it to Garu,
Oh boy, what's in it?
Flower nectar?
So it's a kind of tea.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Okie dokie. He's gonna drink it.
all right, as you open up your maw and you put it into your mouth, it is like thicker than syrup as it hits your tongue. You get this very sweet taste hitting the back of your mind. I also need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
There it is.
Oh boy. Let's go with this.
You are now paralyzed.
Check. Okay, not bad. It's a 17 overall.
17. Okay, so first of all, you become extremely drowsy,
Oh boy.
and the sweetness is so intense. Even though you cannot understand the concept of color, as there is only one time in your life that you've ever seen sight, it almost as if your brain is now making what is a spectrum of flashing neurons that you see when you close your eyes, as it is just blasting away with fireworks, and you are fallen into euphoria.
my
Oh,
God.
it's those fucking little eye sparklers so you close your eyes really hard.
Yeah.
Disney Light Parade.
Whoa, what's happening?
Every word out of Garu's mouth makes no fucking sense, by the way.
Does it ever?
Garu, Garu, I'm gonna like just gently hold his. I'm gonna hold his snout. Are you okay? Can you hear me?
I'm so fine. Yeah.
I've never caterpillar baked potato chips, never.
What did you give him?
God,
I'm not entirely sure.
Then why
show
did
me-
you give it to him?
Show me
It
what
was-
you gave.
It was
Show me what
dripping-
you gave him.
I showed her the flower, which I'm
Can
putting an empty bottle flask underneath it so I can gather
Yeah.
some of it.
You
Can I
are.
do
And by the way, while you aren't considered poison, this would be considered drunk.
Good.
Can I roll a survival on what the flower is?
He's drunk.
Sure.
Not bad. 18.
18. You've never seen this flower before, ever, and it probably only grows in the Beastlands, and it probably is raised for a very specific reason. This stuff is.
Is this Laura's stash?
This is probably what is used for making a very specific kind of wine or brew, mostly mead. But this stuff is just concentrated alcohol and sweetness.
This is like a fucking cocktail with no
So
mixer I had
it's
last
fucking-
Friday.
It's mead syrup.
Yeah.
Helena purses her lips. Well, I don't think he's going to die. But that said,
fine. Yeah.
Helena's going to swat River upside the head. Don't do that again. Also,
again. Give me another. It's nice.
By the way,
No.
since you never put back the cup, it is now spilling over the table.
I put the cup back. I take the cup from Garu and I put the cup back.
All right, you put it back. You see it sink into the syrup as it now begins to fall into the cup.
Well, we needed to take a rest anyway. So Garu, we're just going to sit you over here. Okay, come with me. And you're just going to sit down.
Okay.
And I just want you to lay back, and I want you to just start counting sheep.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And Gar's just gonna slowly get to the ground, and for a little bit of fluff, the fucking giant wing arms pop out of his head, and he sleeps on him like a pillow.
I need you to make it a Constitution saving throw. By the way, it's already been about
Oh
a
boy.
minute.
Oh boy, there's more effects.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a 3.
that's a 3. Your body immediately rejects this, and you see not the general acidic breath weapon of Garu, but what is now the same viscousy syrup that he had just consumed, rejected, and
Now
all
I
over the
turn him on
floor.
his side, and I just pat his back.
And you are considered poison now.
Brecky said that he's gathering 2 bottles, just for the record.
Yeah, Bracky had a blackout.
Yeah, Brecky had a blackout, so.
Daggies.
Oh no. Alright. So yeah, that
Tasting.
No, I was just gonna do that since Bracky wasn't here to explain that.
alright.
Yeah.
Alright, and you guys see as River collects 2 bottles of this stuff, about 12 ounces for each bottle, so about 24 in total.
24 ounces of spreadable mead.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you drank a concentrated version of this. You're only supposed to put so much into it.
So it's like Everclear.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel
Oh,
like
boy.
it's like molasses. You know that spreadable orange crap?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
just it's booze.
Yeah.
You wanna know what this is? This is a cocktail I made Friday night, which consisted of nothing, with no mixers whatsoever. So it just fuck.
And what? It had the consistency of slime.
No, but it burned. It really burned, but it was effective.
All right, so that noted. Elena, you're taking care of Garu as Garu's
I am.
made a mess of himself. There's vomit. There's snot. There's probably a little bit of acid.
Cleaning him up and helping him as it goes.
It goes on for several hours, as it is probably the worst kind of sickness, Garu, you've ever felt.
Oh god, this is the fucking hangover I had yesterday. Oh, this is too familiar.
All right, so that being noted, Canis, what are you doing before you end the night?
Trying to manage this insanity of a party. making sure Garu doesn't just swallow his tongue in his sleep.
Can I not just use Greater Restoration on him?
You
That
could.
requires diamond use.
I didn't hear an answer. I'm sorry.
Oh, he said it requires diamonds to use.
Yeah. Greater restoration's a bit of a pain.
It's okay, I feel it fine.
He'll probably be fine.
I feel it great.
I think it's just a particularly bad hangover.
Yeah, it's okay at all, but I had fun for 2 hours.
Now, Garu, what did we learn from this?
That alcohol is pretty tasty.
So, that being said, Lionel, what are you doing?
Hello?
Hey,
Hello,
dude,
welcome
you're
back.
back.
Hey, welcome back.
I hate this content. Okay.
We told them about the nectar collecting, so you're good.
You got two 12-ounce jars.
Perfect. I don't know how to add those.
Just put them in your, like, custom item inventory.
Yeah.
Custom item. What did you call them?
So, manage it. Oh, that's a good question.
Just call it Beastlands Nectar for now.
It's called Beastland Moonshine. How about that?
That too. Either or.
Spreadable mead.
As for me, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I thought I was examining shit with Dominic. I thought that was the last thing I was doing, but
Yeah. I mean,
if that's the tail end of what I'm doing, then sure, that's all I'm doing at this point.
okay. You do spend a bit of time watching Dominic as he's roaming around in his safari outfit, kind of just trying to get a glean off of what is a forest god's general living situation, to which, he's constantly baffled by the concept of meeting a god.
Oh god, what would happen if I told him that I might have met the goddess of magic?
Oh,
Piss
no.
himself again.
Would he have a heart attack?
Maybe. You're not sure. Who knows?
I'll just fucking in passing just go, this is my second time meeting one.
I'm sorry, what?
It's not Malor, it's, what's her name again? I'm so sorry.
Mr.
Mitra. Mistra?
Mistra?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mistra.
He looks a little confused and confuddled. Not like it's a common name to him.
Goddess of... Oh, well, I guess that's a story for you then. I met the reincarnation of the goddess of magic.
What was she like?
Well, being reincarnated, she appeared as a small human child. No different than any of us no different than any of your kind at your age, I suppose. But immense magical powers. She destroyed an entire deck of many things.
Well, I would hope to meet her one day if you would be so kind to invite me.
Inviting might be a strong way to put it, though I have a way of communicating with her at least.
Oh.
I produce the gem, but if he goes for it, I'm pulling it away.
He doesn't go for it, but like he does adjust his spectacles and kind of look around it. That's a very finite piece of magical stone.
Yep, it was her way of Lionel kind of just like looks to the side, just like kind of like awestruck that he's saying this out loud. I guess in a fairy tale sort of way, I've become her champion.
I'd be careful with that kind of responsibility.
Lionel kind of just like puts the gemstone back in his pocket and like ponders on that. Yes, it appears I may have gotten myself in deeper into a situation that I, in hindsight, should have seen this as a grander spectacle than most things. But that's always been my demeanor to the nature of magic. It's always grandiose and could have very possible negative effects. So I don't feel this is any worse for wear than how I usually perform my magic.
As far as my understanding, I put a lot more of my faith into the goddess of magic. Or, not magic, knowledge. I'm a researcher, I'm a librarian. I find myself interested in, the knowledge and legacy that comes from it. And magic does come from that, of course. The great deal of knowledge comes from magic.
There's more to knowledge than just magic, though.
That is true. I suppose when I think about the concept of gods, I try not to let that be the limitation of my intent of discovery. When I was told that all of you would be flying off into the Beastlands, I couldn't help but find myself wanting to see more and explore more. I've seen almost all of Erdseheimel. I've collected so many magical items from my granduncle's shop. I've seen so many things and done so many things, but going to different planes of existence was always something I've always wanted to do, but up until recently, never had the opportunity. So,
Real quick, Yarrow, apparently the stream is quiet.
oh,
Yeah.
let me see.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oopsie doopsie. That should be a bit better.
We good?
How's it sound? Chat.
Chat. How's it going?
Is it sounding any better?
Chat word.
Chat.
Chat.
Bit more.
Bit more?
Chat.
Alright.
Okay, good.
I don't mean... I want to play devil's advocate here real quick. Is this a one-guy scenario?
It is.
Yeah.
It is just him.
This should be good now, so... Okay.
No, I'm checking.
Like, I'm not trying to out someone, but I'm just like,
I'm
be careful. It might be a one-guy scenario.
I'm also
Yeah.
checking. I'm also checking. It was quiet.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we
There
have
we go.
multiple
All right.
confirmation then. All right.
Alright, we're good.
Cool.
We're good.
But,
Okay.
As you see,
Oh, Dominic, please don't get this whole title thing as a sense of complacency on my part. Don't get it backwards. From the way I see it, magic is just raw chaos given shape into something that has a use.
I don't disagree.
But with that being said, the fact that it is just raw chaos meant to be given a use, the way it's used has infinite possibilities, one that neither of us will be able to completely master in our lifetime. But life's a ride to get it as far as we possibly can.
That it is. I also suppose that we always find ourselves in the everlasting ideals of purpose. You know, I wasn't really going to say too much about this, but you know, I was given this shop when my grandmother died, and of course I suppose the name of Arvello lasting as long as it has, and trying to ascertain my own successes has caused me to have a certain complex, if you will.
Find restraint in holding such a title?
When you have a title, it's a responsibility. One that we have to give ourselves. You know, I became a council member. I represent the people of Aurario to the best of my ability. Should I fail, I wouldn't be surprised to be ousted. But I also see the responsibility of magic, a great deal of chaos to be used for the betterment of others, as well as knowledge. It's the concept of responsibility. And I suppose when I think of champions, there are grand stories of them who go off to fight in battles and never return home. And to be quite honest, I enjoy your presence far too much for you to not return, Lionel. But that is me.
My responsibility to myself is not one of grand adventure or fame. It's something more personal and more of a phobia of what I possibly could end up as. Death is a large motivator for people, Dominic, and it's one that's plagued me for a long time. The only reason I find merit in such a title is that there may be a chance that I can naturally have a longer lifespan than what I'm dealt with at birth. In 20 of your years, I'll be dead.
You see him take a real deep breath, and it almost feels weird because as far as he has known you for what has been several months, hearing it out loud also kind of, you can see the faint glint in his eye of terrified.
There's a lot to unpack when it comes to this, Dominic, not only in just the magic sense, but the repercussions of it all. For the longest time, I thought my final play would be just make myself a lich and be done with it and never return to any sort of civilization. As the stories would go anyway. But this may be my chance to actually attain more time in a more acceptable way.
That I can understand. I don't think anybody would want to fall into the madness of lichdom. Not even I. Well then, as he pulls out with what looks like to be a small flask, of course bearing the mark of Arvella's arcane assets, and he hands it over to Health.
Oh, he's offering drink then. All right, well, to Health then. I pop the cork, and this poor idiot child's gonna drink alcohol, I guess.
It is a very fine wine. It is. It's not anything close to what your father has made, but Damn.
That hell, he pulls out the good shit. All right, cool. Well, I guess I'll take a swig and hand it back to him and give him an acknowledgement that the drink is well received.
Alright. And you see him take a swig back and... It's a knowledge. So he corks it back over and he puts it back in his bag.
You hear Lionel's voice because he took a swig of alcohol and didn't open his mouth yet. Excuse me.
I have 2 drunk children.
Like catatonic, like Lionel catatonic faces after he takes a swig.
Oh, great! I killed him.
All right. So, as what is the any opportunity as you can to try and sleep for a long rest here. You guys.
I'm not sleeping. I didn't.
All right. So you're not gonna sleep?
The thing is, we just woke up like an hour ago.
Use the spell again to get back normally?
Uh.
I mean, Arbella needed a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only has
Yeah.
he only has that once a day due to his level.
Yeah.
And Garu is currently, you know. Which reminds me, Bracken, because you weren't here, Helena swat you for doing
Oh.
that to him.
Hey, don't mind him. He's they're a buddy. They're a buddy.
She gives like you know when like a mother like does like that scolding tug on the ear kind of thing.
Yeah.
She does that to River. Next time you find a mystery flower that you want to feed somebody, ask one of us first. Maybe we can identify it to make sure you don't poison someone.
I did ask him.
Great. Yeah.
Not as a test subject, River.
Lionel comes back to this nonsense, looks at the flower in question. I'm gonna stealth a bottle.
Go ahead. Make a stealth check.
Look, it was in a cup. It was meant to be drank somehow.
That doesn't.
And it was super tasty.
This is
Four-
well done. It might not be for
14.
you.
14.
14. You see Lionel as you pull out one of your small flasks and you just get yourself about 12 ounces worth.
Come on, all of the rest of us have better sense than that.
You guys turn around and there's a tiny little grimy monkey's paw, like just reaching up for fucking a vial.
Candace will just be giving you the side eye, looking you right in the eye, but not stop you.
Well, that depends. Do you do you make a perception check to see this?
Nat 20.
In
He's looking right at Lionel as he doesn't,
in this
but isn't stopping
scenario,
him.
in this scenario, as Helena and River are standing like this, Candace, you're standing next to River as you look up and you just see what is a reaching Lionel getting some of this, and you're just like,
Not stopping him, just looking him right in the eye as he does it.
Once the vial is full, he scurries away.
Look, it's fine. We just have 2 of them, just in case it's necessary for combat.
2 of them. 2 of them.
Imagine doing that to the snake lady.
Well,
She will become
look,
useless.
That's fine. It's just not us. You don't test on us, River.
Well, Dominic was not here.
Not without
Hey,
telling
what?
anyone, at least.
Don't test on
I
him either.
considered it was fine. I'm fine.
Didn't you think maybe you could test it on yourself?
Why would I do that?
Lionel stands next to fucking Canis and does you know that one picture of the possum who like licks the beer bottle and then just smiles.
God.
Look, if there's one thing I learned back in Rite with the other kids, is never do it yourself.
It's fine. You have to take care of him now, though.
Jesus.
So you have to
Fuck,
wipe
that's
up all
dark.
the stick,
Yeah.
all the dribble, everything. You have to make sure he doesn't choke.
It's fine. I just start carrying Garu from his back.
Oh yeah. Hey, how's it going? You want to sip? Oh wait, I have you sip.
all over the front side of River.
Oh,
No,
I'm-
she's on his back.
Yeah, you.
All in
no,
the hair.
I am carrying you.
Yeah, as
What?
she is dragging you forward, the maw opens and all over the side.
I'm going to move him to the point that his face is aiming at Helena just in case every time.
Okay, I have a feeling that Lionel's prestidigitation is going to be very important here to keep tensions at bay.
Also, if Helena or if River points that at her, she'll take out her dagger and she'll just finger it slightly and she'll look at her hair. Your hair's getting rather long, isn't it, River?
Mmm.
What do you mean? It's fine. I'm sure it looks fine. Does it look fine? I don't know. I don't know about anything.
Let's just keep. Look, let's just make a. We're going to make a line so we don't cross it, okay? And I'm going to squish Garo a little bit so he pukes a line between me and Helena. There we go.
As not this time vomit, but this time what is Garu's acid as it just creates a line in what is the wooden home of Melora.
I was about to ask, we're doing this in her house?
Yep.
So does that
Yep,
expend my
apparently.
fucking breath weapon?
For the day?
Man.
Yes.
I can.
Damn.
Man, I can equip a Garu. It's nice.
I have a deadly weapon.
Sure you are, buddy. Now just lay there.
Lionel
Okay.
Lionel taps his vial in his fingers.
You should try it all. It's wonderful. Although you probably shouldn't drink as much, because that's enough. I drink enough for 3 people.
Okay, time for you to rest, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
So, as you guys finally spend some time getting a long rest and sleeping for the next 8 hours, you guys awaken. You guys are not exhausted, and seems that Dominic is prepared for the travel as he is preparing his incantation.
Hooray.
Yeah.
All right.
What happened?
Feeling any better, buddy?
It feels bad. Feels bad.
You have River to thank for that one. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, well, that's okay. No, it's fresh under the water.
I whispered
Remember
to
not
Canis.
to take things from her now.
I whispered to Canis.
Oh, you cut out.
I said I whisper into Canis.
You cut out again.
The spice, he said. He whispers
Oh.
the spice.
Spice.
But I should do that again. It was really fun. Although I really need some water.
You have a throbbing headache.
Yep, I'm definitely using this against the snake lady. I'm going to force her to drink this.
I don't know if this broke any oaths, but I really want to do this again.
No, you
No.
don't. Wait, is it? Are you? Wait, is it? Was he like drunk? Like drunk?
Yeah, he was drunk.
No, it gave him the same feeling as if being under the influence of alcohol.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then he was poisoned.
And then.
Yeah.
Although, aren't snakes poisonous? Would that work on her?
Resistant to poison, probably.
If not,
But hey, if the nectar doesn't do anything to her, the glass in her mouth is going to.
Are you
That's
going to
fair.
force feed her the jar?
Yes.
Hmm.
I can do that, and I'm going to crush a stone.
Anyway, Dominic,
enough.
do you have that
Oh yes.
already?
We're ready
Yes.
to go ghost.
So we're gonna have to actually stand right on the edge right here as he steps. You can see half of his foot is of his feet is kind of like leaning towards the edge, which deep down about 300-foot drop.
Oh boy.
Whew. So this is where the warding ends.
Well, what about France? Where is he?
As he is kind of just more like he's just kind of going around in armadillo form, and then he finally shows up and
Still?
yeah.
How long
yeah.
does that last?
Like, I slept the entire night this
Long
this
enough.
long
Long
enough.
enough.
Blood long enough.
All right, well, let's go.
Alright.
It's
I
my
suppose we
best
are
dry
standing on the
impression.
edge.
Yep.
So all of you are standing. You all take a deep breath. And it's like, all right. As all of you are holding hands linked together as he begins to fall forward. All of you guys begin to fall with him and fall into misty forms as you guys become air itself. You guys begin the traversal to fly back to the Chick Chuck Clan.
We got zoomies.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Zoom.
So
Whoosh.
you're spending about half a day's travel, getting back. As you guys do approach, as you guys begin to think about your physical forms once again, and the spell ends as he approaches, and all the kobolds looking around like, what?
Ah, we're back.
Oh,
I thought it took us like 2 hours before.
No, it took us a half a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why I was wondering why you were so like, no, I'm not sleeping.
Because I'm pretty sure
Even
it took us a
with
couple of
monster.
hours. I
No,
was certain.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, we're back.
all right. Well, let's gather Psychopath Boy and be on our way. Whoa, hold up. Since I was talking to one of the priests, the kobold priests, are they there?
Yeah, just tending to some of the hunters after their recent stint out in the woods.
I'd like to talk to him for a little bit.
All right. As you walk over and you see the one with the sash and the Melora symbol on it. Huh?
Well, I wish to at least inform you, since you were one of the few who actually took a lot of interest into what I had to say, our time here is coming to a short close, and your off-world friend and leader-in-chief will be coming with us.
Oh yeah, he said.
How will, so tell me, how will that affect the rest of you? Who will take charge of the rest of you now?
A fight to the death.
Not sure. We'll work.
Are you... If you feel this is fine, I suppose it would be ill of me not to ask this before I leave. As an ally to another, is there any sort of knowledge or information you wish for me to part with, to leave with you here?
Make him more stabby.
What?
Make
Make
him
it
more
more
stabby.
Make it more stabby. Okay, so by that logic, I'm going to assume that he wants to figure out how to forge better. Cool. What do I need to roll to give him at least some kind of knowledge as to how to make, So basically what I'm doing is, I'm basically Civ 6ing, where I'm turning them from bronze to iron.
So, at this point, it would be an intelligence check because you're giving them the general knowledge of how it works, and you see as this kobold begins to call one over, as a small group of what look like to be the blacksmiths for these kobolds, as they're kind of just looking around and, you know, listening in. And
Well-
you see him point and he's like, listen.
Well, I rolled a 15, so that makes it a not natural 20.
All right. As to the best of your description to what is imbuing, in the most simplistic way, knowledge of how metal forging and how things function, to what is a growing a growing knowledge base of kobolds. To the best of your ability, let's see.
Actually, I'm wrong. It's not 20. It's actually 23.
Okay. All right. So as two kind of just go, the other two kind of begin to intently listen and have a better understanding, as this seems like to be invested craft into these two, as the other two just kind of begin to scratch their face and like sniff armpits. So yeah, these two are just not paying attention.
No, it's fine. Cause let's see. Because I want to see if any of my imbuing features actually will assist here. Infuse items. Let's see. Wait a fucking second. One of my artificer items that I can make once per day is an alchemy jug.
You can definitely do that.
I want to make an alchemy jug for him.
All right. It doesn't take too long to find any random jug within this place, as they are constantly being made. You do imbue it with the powers of an alchemy jug as it forms, and you see the arcane etching now beginning to surround it, as now it has a closed cork top.
Okay.
And you hand it to the big to the leader at this point.
I will tell him what it is, but I will also tell him to not abuse it, because it will. I'm basically going to lie to them, just like, don't abuse it. This is something. I am giving you guys basically an opportunity here to make your lives better. If you use this for the wrong purposes, it will destroy itself.
As this kobold's holding it and looking around.
What is your favorite drink?
Water.
I place a vial down, and I tap on the alchemy jug, and I say out loud, "Pure water."
And you hear it slosh, and
I hand him the jar to drink.
And they're all surprised because the jug was empty a minute ago. Mm-hmm. as the kobold now takes a drink, is like, water, 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 water. You start hearing them all start saying water, as they're now kind of like walking around, like trying to check this thing
Abused immediately.
Nope. This is. I'm going to tell them, like, remember, the moment you use this for the wrong purposes, I can make it go away. Therefore, someone who is going to act as active leader, and I look towards the kobold who I just told all this knowledge about, so it will be entrusted to someone who will lead their people correctly.
And as this, the one with the sash steps forward, he gives what is a familiar bow that is a tradition in Yimnan art, and he withholds the jug.
All right, cool. I just gave these guys a fucking cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so much water here.
They could do more than water.
That's probably all they know.
All right, well, here, I'm going to also tell you this. It could do more than just water. If it's a liquid, I'm going to pretty much just tell them, if it's a liquid, it can make it. I tap the jug, because it says so in the book, and fuck it otherwise. I put the jar underneath it. Megan Hayes.
I'm aware of that, but I believe it can only change once every 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it stays as water.
All right. For the most of the day, it'll stay as water. But then I whisper into his ear what mayonnaise is.
Yeah.
Try it in 8 hours.
Yeah, it cannot do it until the next dawn.
Till the next dawn? Oh well. Well, they have an infinite supply of water at this point.
All right.
Hooray.
One of these are going to make napalm.
Lionel default dances back on over to the group. I'm helping.
You just see one of them pouring it for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, he just keeps going like, when does it end?
Waterfall, waterfall, waterfall. And they're just
We
all
can kill so many people with this.
So when we saw this, the Shogun guy getting ready, do I see any swords with him?
On him personally, as
Yeah.
you return back to what is his homestead, there are 3 in particular that he does keep. That he does seem to be keeping on his person. All the other ones seem to be personally forged by kobolds as a means to appease him for knowledge.
I'm looking for something that gets my attention. Let's call it something made by the fucking Raksasha.
To any perception, make a investigation check.
Investigation check. That's a 5.
It's a 5. I mean, all the swords he has personally are nice.
Well, Akko, you ready to go?
Yes, I've been waiting for so long. So, how do we do it?
Just stay close to us.
Yep.
Okay.
Dominic?
You sure you don't want to bring any friends?
I don't think we can. I think this is our limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
This is
are
our limit.
you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
are
that's
maxing
right.
out at
I
8.
forgot.
Yep. All right. Well, where to? He holds the cube.
I guess we're going back to the prime material plane.
Yeah, we're going back to
Might as well
going
go
back to the
home.
city.
Can you choose where to, or how does that work?
Well,
So long as Dominic has been there.
yeah, it's. I mean, if you want to make a quick pit stop somewhere.
Ooh, where have you been that can be of help for us?
Well, I've been all throughout Wallenstone, all throughout Elenon. I've been all throughout Yemden. I've only visited one place in Holingrad. I've visited a port in Excelsium, and also I've only visited Oka once, which is the small island where the Diamond Enclave is.
Maybe we should drop him back off at Yinmin, back in the home country.
It would be most familiar to him.
And then where we go from there?
And then we
Well-
head back. We head
We
back
should
home.
probably go back to the city because she points at Canis. Didn't you leave the egg?
I did.
Yeah. Tell you what, we go back to we go back home. We give him enough coin to go back to Yemnen, and then he can go up his way.
Sounds good to me.
If he wishes to go back to Yemeni.
Well, whatever, Alco. Would you like to go back home?
It's been too long. I should.
All right then.
Alright. Well then, Rario it is.
I believe so.
Believe so.
Indeed.
Alright. Heading back to my shop. As you see him close his eyes and the cube once again floats over as you all stand in a circle as it creates a small beam hitting the ground and it opens up a giant darkened portal with no vision towards the end of it as he jumps in.
Hippity hopping after him.
Alright.
Yep.
As
Alright.
it's like, are you supposed to jump in? Okay, and he jumps in. As everyone jumps in, you see once again a flash of lights and colors, and you see the universe and stars once more right before you all hit the hardwood floor of Arvello's shop. much closer to ground this time around, as all of you are trying to move out of the way before all of you hit each other as you pile on one another. And the
No,
cube,
it's smallest to largest. That's how it all
Yeah.
goes.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no!
Here he comes!
you see,
I can't
Akko,
believe Lionel's gonna die first.
You're second, technically.
Akko lands on both of his feet as you can see him going.
So, I love the fact that it's like it's River. It's River, then Lionel, then Helena, Franz, Canis, and Garu. And then at the end, it's just a pile and just carry over. Damn it, people! And I throw them to the side.
All right. as the cube then once again reforms in space, and you see it fall to the ground, and you see Fel pick it up as quickly as it drops.
All right,
Well,
home sweet home.
welcome home. Now, if you don't mind, I do have a bit of findings to publish, and also, if you guys need to traverse once again, do let me know.
We might take you up on that. We do have some things to do, although.
I believe
Careful.
I believe if I remember correctly, you all said you had to go to the Shadowfell.
It is
Yes,
an
of course.
option, yes.
So, question: is it possible to go to other places in the prime material plane? Or
No,
do you have
not
to go
with
to
this.
another? Ah, I see.
So we need to go to another plane and then go back to. So it's a two-way trip.
Yeah, it's a two-way trip.
Do you
That
want to
sounds
go to Shadowfell, Dominic?
I mean, I do. It's just, well, that
Would
would be
rather
more,
not out of wisdom's sake.
not out of wisdom's sake. I have personal feelings about it.
I'm gonna be honest here. I don't know what the Shadowfell is. What's there to be afraid of?
Well, the
It's a
shadow.
plane of pure darkness.
So nothing's changed.
Well, not for you.
It is a darkened echo of the prime material plane.
Echo, as in.
As in, it is a darker reflection.
It
It's
is.
a
It is.
plane of nightmare.
It's basically mirror world, prime material, but everything's dark.
So there will be like a dark Canis.
God.
No, not
That's more of a DM decision than our decision at that point.
No, there is no, there is no nega selves. There are just creatures that roam there, and there are those that live there, and it is just a dark mirrored reflection of our world. So there would still be an Aurario, but probably not a good one. And I don't know, I kind of don't feel like wanting to see my shop in shambles.
That's perfectly fine.
Well, might have to do that. Although we have plenty of options. We just need to figure out what they are at this point, or which one we want to do.
I mean, if we are thinking of getting that light armor, we will tell you because we kind of need to get these things.
Well, if you want my personal opinion, I'd say we do it faster than later.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Is one thing we need to take care of first, though.
Yeah, Canis' son.
Yes,
Daughter?
that.
The dragon egg.
Yes, the egg.
Little Willie, I hope he's okay.
Little
Did you?
That's
You
not
gave,
what
it,
it's named.
you gave it a name, thus you are now attached to it. Congratulations.
That's not what its name is anyway.
Well,
But-
it's something you have to figure out.
No, wait. You say it's not his name. That means you gave it a name?
Moving on.
No, no.
Perception check. Perception check.
Fuck off.
No,
That-
make an insight check.
Okay.
What check do you want me to make then?
Make a deception.
Cool.
He's probably gonna pass because that is an 8 overall.
Oh, for me, I got a 21.
Yeah, you beat me. What if? Yeah, I only got an 11.
So you managed to fool Garu, but there's nothing passing through Lionel.
Wasn't exactly hiding anything. It's just dodging the question.
Yeah, like what are we rolling for?
Yeah, you see in this full suit of armor, one step to the side opposite of your vision.
So that means you did give it a name.
What is it name? What's its name?
I was thinking of the name Benedictus.
That sounds lovely. What about this girl?
Could keep the name.
Okay.
Sounds oddly delicious.
It's not Eggs Benedict,
Yeah,
River.
It's a very excellent name, really.
Oh, I hate these conversations. Let's get real.
You hear Dominic say, "Get out of my shop."
I'm readying a fireball
Yes,
at
darling.
this level.
Yes,
Let's go
darling, we'll be back.
We will contact you later. But let's go take care of that egg and get rid of the Yemen hobo.
All right.
He's standing right here.
Yeah. What?
Am I wrong? Do you have a house?
Maybe.
Well, there you go. I'm not wrong.
It's probably either an abandoned shack or taken over by other Yimnan hobos.
At this point, probably.
There are Yinman hobos?
You're a Yimnan hobo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you're right! That also makes me a Yinman hobo and a Yinman orphan.
How much does it
Wow.
cost? How much does it take to ship this guy over to Yemen?
By airship,
By Amazon package, I don't care. How do we get rid of it?
by airship, it's about 250 gold pieces.
The
I
but-
could fucking float that.
No, give me the cheapest.
No, put him in a fucking package. Mail him.
What's the cheapest way to send someone to
Cheapest
Yemen?
would be him walking.
Yeah,
In which case, that'd be
Dang.
free.
Across the sea?
It's a different continent!
Yes.
Yeah.
need it. How
Totally
much-
swim that.
I mean, if he manages to make it to the port town behind Orikani, he wouldn't have too much of a problem.
Yeah, but
I'm not baby. We are not babysitting him. Let's just give him money so he can get on his way.
I will fucking.
we'll get you an airship ticket.
Oh, I've never been on one of those.
We're leaving Dominic's shop as we're walking and talking.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so you do. This would probably be the first time that you guys ever been to the Platinum Port.
Ah.
Yeah.
Platinum board. Like,
Yeah, it is pretty much. It is pretty much a giant platinum tower within the southeast area of Arario. This is where it's where all the airships come and go. You guys
It's
seen this
not-
before?
It's a tower made of platinum.
From what people have discovered, yeah.
I wonder
That's-
who paid for it.
Nobody,
Is that your dad's turd? What the hell is this?
It's been there for centuries.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, man, tax money going right there.
Yeah. As
Wait, it's been there for centuries, so it was a natural wonder that they just turned into a port.
yeah.
I swear, if this is just your dad's toilet, it just
As-
turns into a giant tower.
Here, the story of the Platinum Tower is that it was already here when Arario was established some 6,000 years ago. And this would be knowledge to you, Canis, because, you know, the knowledge of this whole city kind of comes with living here. The Platinum Tower was here before, and it was never mined out, but it always had rooms and it was probably one of the first few dungeons that was ever established. Once it had finally been cleared out, nobody really wanted anything, and you couldn't really mine the damn thing. So what they did is that they started building upon it, and somewhere around a couple 100 years ago, it was the first ever established, airship port where people come and go and just set up and chain up their airships in what are like these giant chain holdings. So that way, when they turn off the airships, it just hits, slacks, and stays.
And then all your equipment gets lost. You lose your luggage.
Stop it. All right.
Your flight's delayed by 3 hours.
Ugh.
Yeah, so as you guys find yourselves there, you do see what is the general boarding. There are what looks like to be two boards, which are private and public. Private is what look like to be several different pioneers that have their own airships, which will determine each and every each location depending on where they are going. And where public are these larger ships, which can hold several people and can move a lot of people or a lot of product in a single day.
All right. Is there a public one that's going to Yemen?
From what you can tell from the board, yes. And there's a lot of ones that are also doing it privately, but there are several stops on the way.
Which one's the cheapest? Or are they all 250?
They're all 250.
God damn it!
The controlled fare here was by law because, they didn't want what was, one guy who was gonna go one way, the same direction on the same space, but charging more because for no reason.
You go buy
So-
5 potions with this.
So do we? Does Akko have a
Passport
set?
thing?
No. Does he have a set destination in mind, or will he just take general?
I mean, anywhere is fine. Home is home. I mean, I'll make my way back to Huakong eventually.
And there's a
You're a
short
Kong?
Yes, it's the capital.
And there you go.
Oh, of
Well, that
course.
makes things simple.
Oh, that makes things simple. Yeah. Is there a public one that takes him to the capital?
There is.
Sick. Drop down
Come on.
250. He's on his way.
Is
Gar's gonna split that with you.
all right. So you both spend 125 coins as you see what is a very polite, greenish-looking tiefling woman kind of going through, and as you guys finally buy your ticket, she's like, "And enjoy your flight. Bye-bye."
Oh,
Good luck, Akko.
look there.
As,
Be sure to write.
as
Oh, wait a
he's
second.
now beginning to shake all your hands and giving a slight bow to everyone. It feels so strange not seeing forest for miles and miles and it being daylight all the time.
Are you sure you're going to be fine?
Oh yeah, it should be A-okay.
So you have any
Taps his head.
family?
Good.
Did
I
you
hope
have
we
any
can meet
family
again someday
involved?
if you're in better faculties.
I hope that we can meet each other once again too. Garu,
Oh,
Lionel.
yes, of course.
Aye.
my home countrymen. And as for the rest of you, Helena, River, Prawns, and Canis. Thank you all so much for getting me out of that place.
Elena just kind of nods at him.
He twitches as he's saying that.
I'm still trying to figure out how the hell he ended up there.
He
Well,
fell in the pools. Remember?
Yeah,
well.
How
Here's
far
the.
are the pools from the...
Pretty far away.
Well. Despite him having jarred faculties as of right now, him being somewhere that is familiar once again I'm sure will give him some time to heal.
Mhm.
Alright. As he says his final goodbyes, you see as he leaves through one of the stairway gates, as he begins to ascend with what looks like to be the general direction for the airship leaving for Yimnan.
Alright. That's one chore done.
Taken care of.
Now the egg. What are we going to do about the egg? What are we going to do about that stupid egg?
Well, we gotta tuck it. We gotta make sure it's safe.
I was half expecting Kane to say, "Don't call my son stupid."
I was about to. Just him shooting a glare at me for that.
The option for breakfast is always that, but you know.
He's going to kick River for that.
Ah!
As you guys
Just
are
toss him
heading,
like a little football.
as you guys head through the gates to enter Crestpusk, and you return back home to the Metilius household, where it is
It's burned to the ground.
no, but the faint smell of sulfur is in your house as you see Jeeves as he's kind of coming through. Master Canis, it seems you are well and returned. Please take that thing outside now.
I heard Jeeves is Jesus for a second.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Oh man.
Here comes G Wiz, Canis, my brother.
Oh, the big J.
Big J. Ah, my brother, I've risen from the grave again to tell you to get that shit out of your room.
That was Jeeves's
Thinking up the
like
place.
his nickname when he was a young man.
Where the
Good, this house
am I
smells like
gonna
a
put
fart.
this?
As all the windows are open and trying to do its best. By the way, it feels like it's like 92 degrees in here. It is
What the hell is
almost
that thing?
unbearable.
Is he becoming a molten core? What is this?
Everyone turns around. Lionel's tower is in the courtyard, and then he closes the door. Well, see ya.
Helena's like rolling up her sleeves and taking off her cloak.
This is what I've been sleeping in with it. It's fine.
Is it though? I don't think it is.
I'm getting used to it.
Canis.
As you finally enter your room, the temperature of your room is almost unfucking bearable. It's like being hotboxed.
The floor is
Canis,
lava.
for pity's sake, really?
By the way, in the immediate vicinity of the egg, either the wall has darkened because it's almost burnt, or the floor has splintered because it's just withering away.
Oh,
Your
And
fucking-
your
your
room
fucking room's
smells
warping,
the
dude.
fucking worst.
It's fine.
maybe it's rotting.
This is not fine. How is this fine?
No one's
Yeah.
died yet.
Your room is
Yet.
sweltering. Your room is sweltering hot.
Moving it outside.
Alright. As you pick it up and you begin to feel the heat emanating from it, you finally move it to the outside, and as you put it down, it feels a bit more solid when you put it down.
Huh.
It's probably about a month out.
Oh boy.
I think Bracky had another blackout.
Yeah.
Helena pinches the bridge of her nose. This is a terrible idea.
I think it's a lovely idea.
It's both. But it's something I have to deal with.
Yes, I suppose so. What do we do with it? They said that we bring it into the or can't keep it in the city.
Well, there has to be somewhere else we can put it. Oh, what about the dragon lady up north?
I'm not sure how well she'd be able to take care of a red dragon in a northern frosted mountain.
I also don't know if it's entirely
fair.
fair to just dump responsibility on someone. That said, at the very least, if you wanted to, we could at least ask for advice.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can I create a basement floor with the tower spell?
Unfortunately, no. It is
Balls? Because I had an excellent idea.
Have a
We
cold
keep-
cellar for the egg.
No, we keep it in the tower and use the alchemy jug to keep it in a container that is filled with lava.
Huh.
I mean, we could just do that for the first floor.
How
The
are we
first
climbing
floor
the
is
second
lava.
floor?
Yeah, that's just a bad idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. By the way, any of your personal materials do not stay in Galder's Tower.
I was gonna say, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure all of our stuff actually gets
Like,
spit
you
out.
can conjure stuff to your knowledge within the tower that is something of your own personal interest. Like, hey, I want to read a book. This is what I remember that book to be.
Ooh, well, what about the chest?
I mean, you guys have
If
put
it
that egg in the
hatches-
chest.
If it hatches in the chest, that kid's dying.
I was gonna
Fair.
say, I think anything with like the portal realm, it will actually.
Yeah,
suffocate.
it's literally akin to shoving someone into the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
There.
Hmm.
Hello.
Hey, you're back.
Welcome back.
Oh
Hello.
my god.
Look, how about at the very least we ask the dragon for advice? That'll at least be a start.
Has to be someone in this town who has not only the knowledge, like, even if they don't have the knowledge, like, there has to be some kind of, like, beast tamer or someone who has druidic skills that knows how to at least contain these things.
The
I
thing
am
is
positive,
Dragon-
mostly certain that someone in this town knows how to at least keep a fire salamander or something.
Wait a second. Is
Huh?
there anyone from Dragovania here? Or some kind of embassy?
I mean,
I'm
even
unsure if they'd be willing to
even
take
beasts-
on the dragon.
Aren't
Well, at
dragons,
least try and give us some advice.
aren't dragons more than just beasts, though?
They are.
They're
No,
very
I understand.
logical.
No, they are more than just beasts, but I'm saying
Environment-wise.
for someone who has a little bit more of a nature's green thumb that is with us presently, to at least give us a head start while this thing is still in an egg and still apparently warps the fucking earth around it to be molten.
Let's call the dragon lady.
Can I go to the library and look at this up or something?
I mean, you can definitely go to the library of Ioun if there's any kind of information that might pertain to that. You're not exactly sure.
I mean, we gotta find something. This thing can't stay out in the middle of the fucking street.
It's in the backyard.
That doesn't help. Don't you
that's
have
even
flowers
worse.
there?
Dude, in 12 hours, this entire fucking place is gonna look like the fire gardens from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. If this thing is creating such a heat wave, it's going to kill your plants.
We don't have a gardener anyway.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do what Lionel does best when he knows nothing about anything. Go to the library and find something to help him out.
All right. As you spend time at the library, make an investigation check.
Okay!
Now I'm gonna see if I have sending memorized.
12
Yeah.
plus 8,
Yeah.
not natural 20.
Wait. You also have the circlet.
I do have the circlet. Actually, I don't have it memorized. I only have it for the circlet right now. That's good
Hot
enough.
diggity.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Lionel, in all your time of spending as much time as you possibly can trying to figure out, taming dragons, having a general concept. I mean, there are some pretty basic, how-to basic druid books.
Should I have specified then? Because I'm not looking to how to raise a dragon. I'm looking for how to, magically or find some way to contain a beast that is part of an elemental of fire. I'm just looking for a way to, safely contain a creature that is of pure fire or some sort of heat within, a acceptable way.
So it's less obvious that we have a red dragon egg.
It's less obvious and less effective on the environment around it.
Man, the
I'm trying to trap an Ifrit in a bottle, okay? Crucify me.
Man, the Matilda's house looks kind of wavy nowadays.
Yeah,
Melted?
it's like
It's
warped
weird
inside
heat
of itself.
lines.
It's like bowing in the middle.
They just look at it and there's this heat
Her
haze
mom,
on it.
your mom is like sitting there. Her fucking the side of her wall has melted. She's sitting at her table looking outside. My son's an asshole.
He's so
I-
not getting an allowance this month.
No, the next day we look at it, everything is in a slightly yellow tone, like in the movies when you go to Mexico.
Yeah,
I mean,
the permanent.
Oh, hey,
secret
look,
code.
the grass has like a ring all the way around it now, slowly spreading.
all right. So, as to the best explanation that I can give you, there is one spell in particular. If you're looking for a way to remove it extra dimensionally, that will be a lasting effect, and that is a level 7 spell known as Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion.
What?
All right, well, I guess I'll take the spell, but it won't help me in this. Can I just at least copy the spell?
I mean, as far as you're allowed to, you have to be approved by the head librarian. At this,
Yo, can I get your approval for this spell?
do you see this old gnomish man like look up? Huh? No, it's you, Lionel. It's been some time.
It's nice to see you again. Doing some late night researching, I found this and thought it to be of interest. While not able to cast it, I would like to have it for a great beneficial situation in the future. Do I have your approval?
Make a persuasion check.
Cool! I'm like, yo, I'm not lying. Like, I can't do this now, but it would be super helpful in the future. In persuasion plus 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19. As he kind of raises a furrowed brow, like, if I remember correctly, you already have your own personal tower. I don't imagine why you would need a spell such as this one.
Not for the future, but if I wish to hold any artifacts I create, I have been dabbling in artificing, as it were. Having a bigger place to store it would be beneficial.
As true as that could possibly be, are you already approved for the circle itself?
Let's see what I can do.
What's your casting level?
I'm double checking that as we speak. Manage levels. I can go up to balls. I can only go up to 4th.
I'll tell you what, when you start achieving the 6th circle, I'll give it some more thought.
Ah well, it was worth an attempt.
Yeah. Alright. So, as you
Can I
take
learn a fire spell instead? It's for all the trouble I went through to figure out how to fucking tame fire?
fortunately the library does close every now and again.
Son of a bitch! Okay, whatever.
Your library card can only take you so far.
Lionel just... Can I learn a fire spell? The library closes, Lionel fucking, turns into the skeleton when the fucking nuke drops from Terminator.
Explodes.
Alright, so, as that's happening, Canis, what are you doing?
He's gonna send a. He's gonna use sending with the circlet and send off a message to. I think her name was Lydia Elise. Was the silver dragon we knew?
Yeah, Lady Elise.
Yeah. Saying, I have a dragon egg. I need help raising it.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Different
marry
part.
you.
A moment passes, and after a little bit of time, you hear.
That's not gonna work.
The first word is just sigh.
I will be there shortly.
She coming.
About 30 minutes later,
Tutorial.
a Lady Elise does approach the home of the Metilius estate, as she is very...
What is this? This is the wasteland.
As she begins to look around and seeing what is this red dragon egg as she approaches it ever so carefully. And how did
Meanwhile,
you
the party.
manage to acquire this?
We killed
Yes.
his mother.
Helena's just sitting cross-legged on the ground with her chin in her hand, just
No.
shaking her head.
You know, wait. Pause. You know how when it's a really like a really hot day on the beach in the sun, and you're just pretty much using one of those silver things to bronze yourself. Just in the background, River and Helena just on the bench and just
Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it.
I don't. Helena doesn't have her armor on right now.
standing,
You!
looking at each other, lower the glasses.
Cadus, you bitch and moan about us not being logical and having very little wisdom in situations. You literally said the worst fucking thing you could have possibly said to a dragon.
He's nothing if not honest.
Okay. Let
If
him-
Garo
let
had
him-
fucking
You
eyebrows,
guys, you guys.
Continue.
Let him continue.
Well, first of all, impressive, dangerous, impressive, foolhardy, impressive. Congratulations, you're an idiot.
All true.
To be quite honest, I'm not even sure if this thing is going to possibly survive past the first day, considering how hungry it will be once it hatches.
we have to try.
Trying is not the issue here. The issue is that you guys have brought into your homes what will be a creature of destruction. Potentially.
Helena
If it
just
helps-
points at Canis and Garu. That's their fault.
To be fair, I wanted to eat it.
To be fair, I wanted to kill it. Still do, honestly.
If Garo had the fucking cartoon eyebrows, he'd be frowning at you.
Giving a glare at Helena again.
Doesn't care.
Hey, they only mad at you.
Well, if we need to feed it, we know this one place that has a lot of meat.
That we do.
You're asking for my advice on how to raise one of my own, in a way.
That, and where should we put it until it hatches? Because apparently things are on fire.
It's not going to set anything on fire, it's just going to burn things.
How is
Isn't that
that?
the same thing?
Well, something bursting into flames versus something being burned is two very different things. It's like how you make
Slow
charcoal.
cooker.
Exactly. Whatever that is.
It's a slow roast.
It's a cook who's really slow.
Yeah, it's where you.
It's like
you know, turn
roasting
the
a pig on a
roast
spit.
really slowly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I love those. Anyways,
I mean, I want some.
if you want any recommendation from me, I wouldn't. You're not. You do not have the faculties, not only as a person, but also as, even though you are a royal, of course, that you're at certain limitations when it comes to creatures like this. I wouldn't dare to try and take it away from you, though, unless you want me to.
Do you want to?
I'm unsure.
Let me ask you a very important question.
Hmm.
Do you consider yourself a creature of good?
As much as anyone could, I guess so.
then you're going to find that this creature is going to be the most difficult challenge of your life. And even beyond your life. I am 400 years old. Your kind only live to see 150 at the best. Unless you decide to ascend to godhood in some irate way, I'm not sure. But this is, in essence, a responsibility that you have to live with for the rest of your life, and then whosever responsibility is after that. With the potentiality of it being a creature of destruction.
I'm well aware.
And if you want my advice, I would leave it with me.
It is the safest spot for it.
Do we at least get visitation rights?
Of course. What? You'll- I will alert you.
Can we see it on the weekends?
I will alert you upon its hatching, and then I will come to see and pick you all up if you so need me to.
That
Thank
would
you.
be lovely.
You've accepted a great responsibility, to which I will assist you upon its hatching and in some form to raise it, but it is ultimately your responsibility. How you will teach it, how you will make it see a different world that it will only know as a threat to itself.
I mean, it should be possible.
You don't
Only-
see the rest of the world as a threat to you.
I like humans. I like all of you. Because that is my nature, and that is the nature that I have always known. I've known red dragons to always be destructive creatures. And the only time history says otherwise was 5,000 years ago.
And
Well,
you
then
don't
maybe
think
it's
it would
Maybe it's time to make history then.
I suppose we will see. Well then. As she walks over, and you can see as she waves her hand, the egg slightly lifts from the ground. Lionel, if you be so kind as to produce me a door.
Zito had to step away for a second.
Oh,
Yep.
Well, he'd probably agree.
Yeah.
Wait, a door? What? What do you mean?
making her a door so she can teleport through it.
Oh, yeah.
I do not intend to fly out of here with the...
Understood.
Yes. As Lionel conjures a door, as the wooden vines crawl over, you see door pieces appear.
Wait. Would you happen to have any other more pebbles? Out of curiosity,
A moment.
we can pay for them if it's necessary.
Give me a moment. As she puts the stone and the door opens. She enters, and it looks like her private sanctum as she scrolls through some of her desks, and she does find a small bag, and she passes it through the door before it shuts.
What? Got it.
You feel about 4 pebbles are in there. You pocket it.
So we're up to 5 now?
Oh my
I believe,
god.
yeah, we have 5 now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Oh, after what happened last time. Oh. Thank you. And okay.
Alright. Good news, you have more teleportation beads.
Oh, after what happened last time.
Hooray.
Yeah. Now we just gotta find a pick destination.
Oh, that reminds me. The circlet. Wait, she took the egg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she took the egg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Canis, I know you're in a bit of a shock right now. You know, losing your son and all, but we kinda need to keep an eye out for you know who.
River.
Sorry,
Rest. Give him a rest. It's fine.
Does Lionel come back at this point?
Oh no, he
Yeah.
is back for a while. He made a door for Madame Elise.
and she gave us 4 more beats to teleport.
So now we up to 5.
That brings us up to a grand total of 5.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, you were saying, River?
We kinda need to scry on the snake lady.
We don't need to right now.
We
Such a
don't?
paranoia. Let your paranoia, take a rest for a little bit.
It's a little bit of a justified paranoia, though.
Yes,
It
but
would be
he just lost an egg that he wanted to take care of. Let him have a rest.
I mean, he can still see him on the weekends.
Canis, Garu, you two alright?
I'll be fine.
So long as it's raised properly, then that's fine by me. It's in better hands with her anyway. It's up to us to make sure it defies its nature. Can't be too hard, right?
I grab Canis by like the wrist and I walk him off to the side.
What?
You don't want to hear anything from anyone right now. I understand that. But in times of being put into a dark place, you were there for me, so I should be there for you. When you look at me, what do you see? Face value.
I see my normally annoying friend.
That's actually a fair answer, Canis. And when I see you, I see a man who, with his stature and his prowess, and by the suit of armor he wears, a man who is destined for higher and greater things than merely a possum sitting in a suit pretending to be a person. I know when... Actually, no, I don't. You showed me that there are times where I need to know that some things I just don't have control over, and some things are bigger than me. Like most of the world, and my lifespan. It's difficult, but it is a pride and pain we must swallow, in some sort of form and point in our lives. Knowing that you do not have the power to take care of a fire dragon, and putting it in the care of someone who actually could potentially have the means of doing it a lot better than you, is such a hard pill to swallow. But it was strong of you to actually take that action and sacrifice it. Feel sorrow for the day, but be proud in what you actually did today.
Thank you, Lionel.
I pat him on the leg and I walk away. Oh my god, this place is sweltering!
It sucks, especially for you as a creature covered in fur.
While talking to Lionel, he was like 5 times fluffier than usual.
Yeah.
Canis is wearing a full suit of metal armor.
Yep.
He'll just loosen out the breastplate, and you'll see steam just shoot out from the seam.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Helena lets out a wolf whistle.
Meanwhile, out of the only thing you get out of Lionel is like the tip of his nose, a few stray whiskers, a snarled tooth, and grabby hands, grabby feet, and his tail. Everything else is just a ball of fluff.
I don't understand. This feels perfectly fine.
You're cold-blooded.
I hit fucking.
Gar-
I hit him, yeah, I hit Garu in the fucking toe with my staff.
Ah! What was that for?
Nothing. It's fine.
Alright. Though, what are we gonna do now? The egg's been taken care of, and we have more pebbles.
Well, I think
Into the side on
after
Earth.
Shadowfell.
Next target. No, you sure?
I mean, the only one that doesn't have one is you, and well, the one in the Shadowfell sounds, at least, like it might be up your alley.
A light armor.
Unless you want something else.
That or the
Well, what else is left?
The thing is that the two items that I could use are not exactly something we can easily get from people. One, the shield is from the King of Dracovania, which they are not going to receive us that well, especially Garu, from what I heard.
What did you hear?
All right.
Then there's the throne, which is the plate armor for either me or Canis, but it's from the King of Aledon in times of war, so he's probably going to be wearing that for a while, and as long as they think things are going to go bad. There's the Amulet of Light, and then the pistol, which is for either, I don't know what the amulet does, and the pistol can be either for Lionel or actually just Lionel.
There's also
You did that out of spite.
We're not giving the blind man a gun.
there's
But it worked so
also
well last
The
time.
Warhammer that only Canis can use.
and also Shade, which is a cloak within the town of Yangus, which
Which we don't know what it does either.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Not
that apparently Yangus is the hideout for the fucking snake hold, right?
No.
No,
Or
that's
that's
low
what it
bundle.
is?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to be honest, the armor, the Umbris Regalia, that's from the Raven Queen. She already has my brother in her clutches. I don't want
Well.
to be part of that.
That's fair, but from the sounds of things, we don't necessarily have to be in a god's, and Helena air quotes, clutches for it. I mean, I have this, she says, pointing to the bow. This is already awakened.
But if it's not already awakened, then we'll have to contact her again.
Well, I'm just
So it's
saying
a
that
possibility.
it seems to work without necessarily being, loyal to a god, so
I mean, it has benefits.
As it is noted that Melora had said, it is your force of will that can awaken one of these weapons. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give praise, it's just that the gods made these weapons.
So how did that work with Lionel's book?
Lionel
I killed
had
a red dragon.
he killed a red dragon and he had an epiphany.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused with the whole touch of the god.
I haven't the faintest idea how to wake this up, and taps the circlet.
Yeah, we also need to get you something. I need something offensive or defensive for you.
So the hammer, then.
The Warhammer, yeah. And Dominic says he wants to finish the shadow. So we have the either. I trust you guys with that. Then we can either go for the lightweight armor or the Warhammer.
I'd like for all of us to have at least one.
That is fair.
I'm certainly all for getting the hammer at some point. But since they are after you, Helena says, pointing at River, protection would probably be a good thing.
You're not wrong. We need to let's take a day to do some research on the Shadowfell if necessary. Just to know what we are going to be dealing with.
Alright.
I don't know much about it other than it's just going to be like the same world, but but reversed.
Apparently.
It says it's in the remains of Balthasar. Who that?
Balthasar is, in history, was probably one of the most notable creatures in all of the Feyvelmach, because he began the beginning of the end of the Feyvelmach.
And who are those?
So, make a history check.
No, I'm actively saying she doesn't know. I don't think a farmer from some town would know anything about this. But
I mean,
A big brouhaha between a bunch of gods.
you already know the Feyvelmach, the war to end all wars.
Yeah, that we've heard multiple times from different
Yeah,
sources at this point.
yeah.
So
yeah, I just couldn't remember what it was called.
When it comes to very notable figures, there is a bit of history that comes from that.
So if it's a noticeable figure, would someone
it
know
could
what
be,
that is?
It could be, yeah. It could be considered general knowledge. It's just recollecting the entire story about the Tsar is not an easy one.
No, what I mean is like if it's in his remains, like would anyone with knowledge of Balthasar, like a fanboy or something?
There are currently only 3 creatures of existence that know where the Umbris Regalia is. The former champion of the Raven Queen, which was Mandamea, her daughter, and Arya Hope, which is the current goddess of song and truth.
Great.
Canis' friend.
Oh yeah, I think.
Whole group looks at Canis.
Why do you people keep making me talk to her?
Because it's not our fault. You have to be the
No.
god.
This is the goddess, not the Queen of Vale.
Oh.
Oh, I thought her name was Arya.
Different person.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arya and Isilia are 2 very different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was related or something.
They are related.
There you go. That's the connection.
Like her grandmother?
Great grandmother.
But
No. Great grandmother. Sorry.
Here's the
Close
problem.
enough on the family tree.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Doesn't your friend hate her family because she changed her name?
I thought it was just her mother.
Unsure.
Helena's grin gets big.
Stop that.
You know what we have to do,
We need to know where that is.
instead of just going in blind.
I've had
Canis.
enough.
It's been a long day.
You know what, darling? That's fair. Why don't you get some sleep?
His fucking
Think on it for a little bit. Air out your room.
Canis' face turns into like what happens when Shao Kahn steals someone's soul.
All right. So
Oh, God.
who's making what checks for any information here?
I would like to know stuff about the Shadowfell.
All right.
Things to be beware of. Like, for example, the whole Beastlands thing. Hey, if you kill something here, you turn into that. Is there anything regarding that in the Shadowfell?
Make a. Since you're looking through the private family library, make an investigation check on a book.
Oh man, Canos' baby pictures. Why are they here? 14.
Why does it look so mad?
In the Shadowfell. Why does this 1-year-old baby look so frumpled?
14. Not that much.
Why the absolute fuck is this baby purple?
So, 13,
14.
14. You don't know any books that pertain to planar travel within the private library. I mean, there's a few scraps that just recollect the same notes as you were told by Dominic, but nothing too particular about what happens when you're there.
Gotcha. Just trying to be safe.
All right. Anything else for anyone else?
I want to go back to Dominic's shop and get some shit to protect me from necrotic damage.
Okay.
Canis is taking the day off.
All right.
You know what? Helene's gonna join Lionel for the magic shopping.
All right. As
Goro's just gonna wander around for a bit later, but
you do see, so Lionel and Lionel and Helena, you guys find yourselves back as you see that there are this time a few extra patrons. The shop isn't necessarily empty. It's just now that the shop was closed for so long, like people are like, "Where have you been? Where are you going?" And there are many items on display that you can look for. Depends on
Excellent.
I sent you Giaro for what I'm looking for.
I'm just looking for something that can... Actually, I wouldn't know this, so I would like to ask Dominic what he believes would be the main source of protection one should seek when entering the Shadowfell.
To answer your question, yes, 990. Caitlin.
Sweet.
All right. What was your question?
What? So for the sake of brevity, what should we have to protect ourselves from? Like, is blindness a thing? Necrotic a thing? Like, what's the big protect yourself while here thing from the Shadowfell?
I'm not exactly sure. I've never been there, and I've never done any reading on it in particular. I just don't like the concept of, persistent darkness and the potentiality of, creatures of the damned or dread coming after us.
Alright, I seek something that will either keep me from being blind, give me dark vision, or protect me from necrotic.
Let's see. I do happen to have something in stock. Goggles of the Night. For 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
I believe, if I remember correctly, those do give you dark vision.
Lionel just drops in with Sam Fisher style.
Goggles of the Night. While wearing these dark lenses, you have dark vision. Out of a range of 60 feet, you already have dark vision. It increases that range by 60 feet.
Cool, so it would give me 60 feet of dark vision. That's stupid helpful.
Alright.
It sends you one more option, Giaro, as well.
I have the cash for it, so I'm gonna drop down that 500 gold.
Alright.
God, it's fun buying things.
Alright.
Bye.
It's actually nice to be able to buy things for once.
Yeah.
imagine having money.
Imagine being fiscally secure.
Imagine having it.
Fortunately, no. I haven't gotten any shipments on that one yet.
Alright.
Everyone in our party has a magic weapon, yes?
Pretty much.
I believe so, yes.
I have magic. I have magic equipment, but not weapons.
Your fists
Your
are magic.
hands are weapons.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah,
Okay,
they do,
cool.
right?
Because I didn't want us to walk into the Shadowfell, a place where there are fucking, like, spookables about, and none of us can
Yep.
hit them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Alright.
Canis has the Mesa Smiting he got from Sirocco.
Cool. All right, so then we're good on that.
All right, so it was 990 for the rod, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, Caitlin.
What?
All right. You're buying it.
I'm buying it.
All right.
Look, I like this toy.
I
Leave me
know.
alone.
We always talk about it.
As you get with what looks like to be a nice ebony wooden box, Lionel holding the goggles. Over here, what is a longer box? As you open it, it's this giant silver rod with what looks like to be a small, I don't know, little hooks for attachment, and what looks like to be a center button in the middle of the rod.
Ooh.
What did you just pick up?
Helena just holds it up and she'll like press the button.
All right. You press the button.
She kind of just she tries to twist it to like look at what it maybe did, and then
All right. As you just, it's just still a rod, just kind of waving it in the air.
Dominic, what is this?
That's exactly what you ordered. As he takes the rod and he puts it on the table. Give it a pull.
I mean, I pressed the button, and it
Alright.
apparently didn't do anything.
Go ahead. Give it a pull.
She did.
pulled it.
As
Pull-
you pull,
I was-
as you pull, and you're trying to yank it out, and it's not moving. It has to be connected to something.
Oh, boo.
It doesn't stick
Ah.
to the air.
Beans.
It's supposed to. Fuck you, Yara.
It actually can be used in the air, usually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immovable rod is stays in place in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was twisting it just to be like, yeah, she can't twist it, but nah. But yeah, it's supposed to work in the air as well.
Let me see.
Immovable rods are silly. You can have two of them
They
and have a ladder in the air.
They're funny jokes.
Let's see.
You're falling off a tower just using
Here,
the
I
rod.
have it. This flat iron rod has a button on one end. You can use the action to press the button, which causes the rod to come magically fixed in place. Until you or another creature uses an action to push
Even
the button
if
again,
it's
the rod doesn't
defying
move.
gravity. Okay. Then I stand
Yes.
corrected. Alright. However, considering that it holds up to 88
lot.
eight grand
Actually,
yeah.
8,000
4
pounds,
tons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Quick- quick funny thing about, quick story about that one. I held a Tarask by the throat down with one of these.
Yep.
Ooh.
Nice.
So yeah, as Helena was trying to twist it in the air, she couldn't pull it, and I was like, yes. This will be fun.
Perfect.
I have found, Lionel, a new toy.
Just showed up someone's butt.
Not quite what I had in mind, but you know what? You never know what'll happen.
I'm going to do something horrible to that snake lady. You have no
Oh
idea.
boy.
Alright. So there's that. There is one more.
Oh.
Okay.
But
Wait.
Yeah, I did
Right.
add it. All right, so there is one ring in particular that is of resisting, Caitlin. However,
Oh.
it is not of any particular that I'm not sure if you would want it. It is a ring of resistant of lightning, and that is 1,500 gold.
Hmm.
No, unfortunately, I don't quite have enough for that one.
hey guys, is there a ring of protection?
No,
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more question then, because I have a little bit more cash to burn. What magic offensive MacGuffins do we have to play with? Things that will deal damage or deal something. Like, I'm looking for stat inducers. I'm looking for fucking, like...
You want to do the big number.
No, not so much the big number. I just want to fuck with someone. I want to screw over someone's fucking, action economy.
Ooh.
I'll take damage, but I'm looking for action economy fuck-ups.
Fortunately, nothing within my... Nothing within my shop in particular.
Oh well, that's fine. I mean, shit, he got me the fucking ice staff, so I was just like, is there anything else here we could probably get?
Well, keep in mind, you had to make that.
Yeah, I had to make that, that's fair. But still, you know. I want magic doodads.
You know, come to think of it, did we ever sell those dragon parts at all? Did we want to sell the dragon parts?
If we could, I wanted to see if we can make shit out of them.
Canis had a chunk of that added to his wardrobe.
Yep. Do remember that. But I think we still had some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still
It's
have a bunch.
negligible. I mean, sure, if you guys want me to give you the prices for it.
Like, I was looking to see if I can, like, make shit out of it, but if money is the only thing that'll get us out of it, then sure.
I mean,
if you want
red dragon scales, lots of dragon pieces. I could make you dragon armor if you want me to.
Can it be medium?
It depends.
If you can get me medium or get me a shield, that works.
Let me see.
Because as an artificer, I could get those. Having an armor class of oh wait, do I already have that? Yes, I do. I already have it, so it would be 15. So never mind.
You could get up to half plate.
Remember, you have River Shield.
Yes, I do have River Shield, but yes, if I do get half plate, I can bump my armor class up.
I think half plate is 15 with +2 max dex.
So that would literally make my armor class 17.
Plus the shield, so 18, 19.
No, that's with the shield. The 17 is with the shield.
Yeah, his dex mod is 0.
Oh.
So he'd get himself up to a 17, which is the same as wearing splint mail, just flat out. Which is pretty good for a wizard.
Not to mention,
Very
if it's made of red dragon scales, maybe he has fire resistance.
Yeah.
One could hope.
If it is red scales, it is fire resistance.
Oh.
Yo, hook me up with some fucking fire armor.
Alright. While wearing this armor, you gain a +1 bonus to your AC, and you have advantage on saving throws against frightful presence and breath weapons of dragons, and you have resistance to 1 damage type that is determined by the kind of dragon that provided the scales. So, yeah.
Fire armor.
So,
Yeah, but-
so you have an AC 18 because it's +1 armor.
Holy
Yeah, but
shit, yo, let's go!
Question, what type of armor is it?
It is
It's
dragon.
medium,
It is scale mail.
Which is...
Yeah. It
medium?
is determined as
I think that's
scale
still
mail.
medium.
Yeah, it's medium.
Yeah.
I will check for you guys.
Thanks.
Scale mail is considered 14 plus dex with a balls with a disadvantage on stealth, but it is medium.
Yeah.
I am currently sitting with a chain shirt.
So yeah, your AC would go up by 2.
Mm-hmm. Lots of resistances.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there no way to get it to breastplate?
Or half plate. Either.
No, I don't even give a shit about half plate. If I can get it to breastplate, that'd be better. So I don't have a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the book, it does determine it as scale mail.
It determines the scale mail? Okay. What the fuck ever, I'll deal with it. Hit me up.
Oh,
Look, we already...
fireproof armor.
Oh, boo-hoo. Disadvantage in dexterity checks. How you doing, Canis?
I've been better.
The stealth
Alright.
checks.
I am, however, immune to crits in my armor.
All right. And depending on the rest of the pieces that you might have, I might be able to, if you're willing to pay for it, of course, try and make a Dragon Slayer.
A dragon what?
Dragon Slayer.
Slayer? Mm.
Aye.
What does that entail?
A weapon?
It is a sword.
Can
Oh,
that be an arrow as well?
With the parts you have, I could probably make about 4, maybe 5.
Alright.
Well, you have to choose, of course.
Dragon Slayer.
I mean, a dragon slayer sword, and Lionel can actually use those.
Ooh.
So big. He doesn't
And
even
by
count, so-
by level 3, my intelligence modifier becomes my attack modifier, so I get a +8 to hit.
the
Hell.
big brain.
All right. It is any sword. The cost for the scale mill is gonna cost you about $2,000. While the sword is gonna cost you about 1,200.
I can get the sword, but I can't get the armor. But the armor was the one I was looking for, so I guess this is a no-go for me.
How short are you?
Like 1,500.
Gee, only candy for there. He could pay for the whole thing right there.
Can
Wait
I?
a second,
can
we
I
have-
give
we have
an
to
You
share-
wanted the day off, so...
He took the day off.
What about the shared account, though?
I'm not doing that, so don't worry about it. It was a cute idea, but whatever. I got night vision goggles.
Yeah. The determination of the price is based off of its rarity. Considering very rare, it's gonna cost him a lot of time, a lot of work, and it's gonna be a lot to do.
Yeah, it's something for the next day, basically.
Yeah.
No, it's my only other option is just sell the fucking parts, or just let Helena have her fucking arrows, I guess.
Well, I mean, it was an armor and then a sword or arrows.
Here's the other thing. We could at least maybe, because we got like what? We got teeth and claws as well, and we could at least keep the scales if we want to try something else later.
Alright, well, if you want to get the arrows, then just take it out, I guess.
How much would the arrows be?
They are about 250 gold pieces an arrow. And those will take about 3 weeks to produce.
250 an arrow.
And I can make about
get-
5 with what you'll give me.
If it's 250 an arrow, that wouldn't really be worth it because at that point I could only get one. So we'll just skip that then.
Alright.
Alright, then we're out then.
Alright. You guys roll out with your dragon parts, much to Dominic's excitement. And you return back to the Metilius household. Garu, what are you doing?
Garo probably just wants to meander on the market, see what he can find, or something like that.
I mean, it's kind of the common market around here, so it's nothing new or out of the ordinary.
Are there any weapon shops?
I mean,
Or, like, any smithies?
there's always a ton of smithies, especially in Ignavale.
Is there any that specializes in, like, Yinman stuff? Or, like, Yinman, like katanas or something like that? Or, like, foreign weapons, I guess?
Make a perception check visually.
So -10. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just go to whatever shows up. That's a -1.
Jeez.
He's trying his best.
As you're just like, I'm just gonna go where the wind takes me. You enter one store in Ignavale.
Hello!
And you hear a female voice as it echoes out, "Oh, hello."
Oh no.
Oh, hi! Yes, hello. Where am I? By any chance?
You're within the burning brothel, baby.
Fucking knew it.
Oh boy, what's that?
Fuck.
Have you never been to a brothel before?
Well, not really. I haven't been to a lot of places.
We're gonna break
It's
a
not
lot
what I
of
come
vows
back
today.
to.
We're gonna break a lot of vows tonight.
Oh boy.
Well, it's a place where individuals can pay money for private company of our esteemed, I guess in your country would be called geishas.
Geishas? I never really heard of geishas. They really taught us that in the monastery.
You okay there, Yarrow? You're dealing with a freaking virgin monk.
Now that I think about it, they did teach us about a lot of things in the monastery. About our
Kick you
history.
out.
You're right.
I'm kind of hoping for it too.
As this woman, she comes from behind the counter and is like, well, for about 80 gold pieces for a couple of hours, I can provide you with earthly pleasures that I can only imagine I would be able to provide you.
So you can give me a massage?
I can certainly do that, yes.
Oh, good. My back's been. I thrown my back out like 2 days ago. I would
Oh my-
very much like that.
Oh my god, Teddy. Dreeb, I need you to split into 6 guys. There's a 5 guys across the street, Dreeb. We need to make the Borglar. Oh my god.
Cut to black.
You pay
Cut to
80
black.
gold pieces!
Yeah, for the fucking best back massage. Hell yeah.
Oh no.
Cut to black.
Oh no.
Cut to black.
It
Oh
comes to
god, that
black.
woman's trying to eat me!
Oh no!
I need you to split into 7 guys.
I knew after a -1 something had to happen, but I was not fucking expecting this.
So now, is this a
Listen.
win or a loss? I can't tell.
Unclear.
Half
No,
failed successfully.
He got an amazing back massage. No, you know what this is? It's the fucking Putt Putt from Dragon Quest. That's what this is.
Well, Garu got the best back massage ever. What was several hours of a personal masseuse, providing extraordinary and relaxing stretches, massages, and just, I can't go on with this.
Why did you start it?
He rolled a nat 1! It wasn't my fucking fault!
You're the dungeon
Wrong
master.
game!
Everything is your fault.
You told me to do it visually. You should have known what was gonna happen.
Dreeb, fire up the Borglar. Dreeb.
Anyway, that was Garu's fucking night.
I feel young and spry!
Fantastic.
This woman is fucking displeased.
I don't know, Bob. That didn't feel like a massage. Bob, I don't know, Bob. That felt more like sex than a massage. Oh, Teddy, don't be gross. Teddy. This is a family. We're bringing this on Fox 5, Teddy.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So, as the rest of the day plays out, the new day starts. Brand new morning. What are you guys doing?
I guess
Hey, I
It was
know
Garu.
where we should go.
no. I
We can get a nice massage.
I want to see how Canis is doing.
Canis, you hear a knock at your door.
Breakfast or something? Is he even going down for breakfast?
No.
Oh, God.
He's getting breakfast
Oi!
in bed.
Oi,
What?
you forgot breakfast.
Oh.
Also, pre-breakfast. Your family don't do that?
Like a pancake under his door.
No. How many meals do you need?
Need or want?
What is it, River?
We need to make a gathering. Just decide what our next step is.
Right. I'll be right down.
You better hurry up, otherwise I'm going to eat your portion. Also, that's not a joke. Bye.
He'll be following her down.
Steps on like 7 rakes.
Guys, I found him.
Hooray! Where was he?
How does he actually come down or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Stepping on the
exactly
rakes every single step.
Canis,
How
looking
are
like he just woke up after having a night of several shots of NyQuil.
How are you feeling, Canis?
manageable.
Alright. So, where do we go next?
Well, apparently we were thinking of going to the Shadowfell. Since Dominic said we need to take care of that fast, well, we also need to make sure we get information as to where these guys' remains are.
The last thing we need to do is stumble around blind in the Shadowfell.
Bought
Very
these.
true.
I'm already doing that.
Well, I know.
Canis. Taking note of the Shadowfell and taking note of bones, you think back at one of your dreams, one of the very first few ones that you had that were very personal.
Right.
Did you have dreams of the Shadowfell?
I have, but it was rather vague.
Had dreams of the Shadowfell? Huh. Well, what did you see?
I remember seeing a black pedestal, and I remember seeing a large raven. Not much beyond that.
Well, that doesn't help.
At the very least, it doesn't necessarily narrow it down.
So who will? So we need to get in contact with your friend's grandma, or some members of her family.
Well, it would probably be her mother would be the best. Her mother is probably the best source of that information.
She lives like what? Next, right
Across the street, I think.
Across the street.
Yep.
Is she just like your friend, or
How so?
I don't know? Everyone in her family that we have met is kind of a little shit.
I remember her little sister is. How much of Acilia's mother does Canis remember?
You do know her name. You know her as Hugel. And she is probably well into her 60s, maybe 70s. The attitude of playfulness doesn't seem to suit her as well. There is a sense of not really camaraderie, but like a minor bit of respect between between your mother and her, but there's never a moment where you've ever had to pass or speak to her as an individual.
Okay. Well, she'll probably be at least easier to talk to in my case.
Well, fantastic.
They know where the remains of Balthazar are. Unless, I don't think you can scry on locations by name.
You can only scry on a target creature.
Me, the player, is aware of this.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if she can give us a name, maybe we can scry on someone on the inside at that point.
Would a corpse count as a creature?
Not even so much a corpse. I just mean anyone from the Shadowfell.
I think a corpse is an object.
You were able to scry on Helena's feather, though, so...
It becomes a philosophical debate as to whether a corpse is an object or still a person.
Yeah.
Listen, if they have eyes and they can still see.
You don't have eyes. Are you not a person?
Maybe. I don't know.
I had the best massage last night.
Oh yeah, that's right. The massage.
To correct on the feather notion, you were able to focus on where that feather is on the person. You're still after the target person that has it.
Ah.
Yep.
So I'm actually I'm really curious. Can you try to scry on Balthazar, the corpse?
He's dead?
I know, but does it count as an object or as a creature?
He's not.
I'm asking this because we went into this conversation with my players the other day.
Well, here's the thing. Especially when it comes to scrying, it has to be a creature on the same plane of existence.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk to your friend's mom.
Yeah.
Best case.
But what if? Oh, what if there's someone from the Shadowfell in the brothel?
Why do you think you want? Why do you want to go there?
Why?
Wait,
Why
what?
that?
Is that where you were yesterday?
You go to a brothel?
Yes. I got the best
fucking
back massage.
How are
I
you
did-
a monk still?
Well, she just gave me a back massage, and it was the best one of my life.
You
You should try it sometime.
Catatonic face.
Helena's eyebrows are like way off of her head at this point.
I am 100% sure he doesn't know what sex is.
What's sex?
There we go.
There you go.
That question.
Lionel jumps out the window.
What have I done?
Hey, Garu, next time you want a back rub, go to the spa, not a brothel.
But I don't know where that is.
Ask one of us next time.
As for directions, there are guards in the city. We need to
Oh
get
yeah,
you,
that's right. I
we
should
need
do
to
that
get
more
you a
often.
dog
I would love a dog.
that is going to die in the next adventure.
I'm running. I am running to the fucking library to purchase or to look up the Find Familiar spell.
In the meantime. Oh.
Is it within your level?
Yes,
Familiar with, like, level 1 or 2.
it's a first
Yeah.
level spell.
Okay, make an investigation check for the book.
Son of a bitch!
I will do this with a fervor. Nat 20!
Yeah.
Yes, you do find the book.
I
You
run
memorize
back.
the spell.
I run back as fast as possible. I get on fucking Rather Dashing. I burst through the wall. I jump back through the window. I fucking shove the spell in front of his face.
That's a really fast pause.
What is your favorite animal? Garu, answer the question.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
I don't know. I don't know
Yes,
any
I
animals.
slap him across the face. Yes, you do. What's your favorite animal?
A dragon? Does that count?
Dragon? Cool. I fucking summoned a pseudo dragon. There. There. His name is Pete. Congratulations. You now have a seeing eye animal. I'm sick of
dragon.
this.
Does that mean Garu is Pete's dragon now?
Yes. 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 You got the joke.
Fucking great.
Oh. Oh my god. I love the fact. I love that
So for the
all
last
of these
15 minutes, we were cartoon characters.
all of these happened before I finished my drink.
He made a fucking Scooby-Doo run all the way to the library and back.
No, he
He had a whole
Flintstone.
book.
He just hopped on his horse and Flintstoned it.
You are more than welcome, Yara, to tell me to fuck off, but I actually do want to get the spell.
For the sake of Boo drawing the comic later, sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can get a pseudo dragon unless you're like a warlock or something.
Shut up, it looks like one. Shut
Fair
the
enough.
fuck up, Mal, it looks like one.
He's
No,
trying
no,
to
no.
say
Steel Dragon has no eyes.
No,
no,
it's
no.
it's just a chameleon. That's
no,
what
no,
it
no,
is.
no. Guys. Guys, it's a dog with a dragon costume.
There you go.
God, what the fuck even is this game now?
I don't fucking know, but I was going to say
Pure
that.
men.
We just wanted to go visit a freaking mother.
Yeah.
I literally just I spent my morning trying to get the spell there. That in canon. In canon, I went to get the spell. For the joke, that all just transpired.
What is your favorite
I know.
animal? It gets you to smack him.
What's your favorite? I don't know. Yes, you do.
But also I kind of also, since I am a wizard, I kind of also want to be able to have a familiar. I feel like it's necessary.
That would be cool. I can't wait for you to do that.
Okay.
I have
just a
rather
buddy.
I have rather dashing, and now I'm gonna have to make up my new friend.
No, it's rather dashing, but he fits in the size of your hand palm. That's all he is.
Dasher Rabbit.
Oh
Rasher
my
Dabbing.
god. I cannot
Rasher
wait to.
dathing.
I cannot go meet Canis's Canis's friend's mom, and he's another member of the family who is into Canis. Damn it, Canis! You get everything.
That would be strange.
It's that main character, Musk.
A milf.
Okay.
Main character must, yes.
Protag Coon.
Okay.
Musk.
So this pseudo dragon, by the way, it's as simple as I will allow this, because it is a very low end creature. It perches itself on Garu's horn, and it looks at you, awaiting a command.
Oh,
Be his eyes.
It goes.
Gets in- goes inside the eye socket. Oh god.
He has no eye sockets.
Makes one.
Makes one.
Oh no!
No.
Anyway, shall we?
Anyway.
All right.
I will give real thought as to what the familiar is later in the week.
All right, fair enough. All right, so, Canis, you attempt to find yourself within the presence of the Hope family.
Mm-hmm.
You cross the street. You stand in front of the gate.
Is there like a doorbell or?
There's nothing in particular to kind of get the attention of somebody other than, hey.
Yell
What the
from the
fuck?
street.
Can I just push the,
Throw
can I
a
push
rock
the
at the
gate
window.
Open? Can I push the gate open?
Are bells
the gate's
not a thing
open,
in
yeah.
this universe?
Oh, well, come on, you yuts. Let's just go.
They don't even have a door guard.
What the fuck?
You don't have a door guard.
Why don't I have a
Why?
door guard?
They're rich
I want a
people.
tour guide.
There are passing guards all the time.
So
Anyway.
what?
Anyway. As a few moments passes, you see the door open to what is a small Symphony Hope. Bright-eyed, wide smile.
Do
Hi.
you even have butlers?
Hello, little one.
Hi.
Want to talk to your mom?
I mean, she's currently having brunch, so I'll go ask.
Oh man,
Be
you
great.
see? And brunch, I forgot about brunch.
Oh, pity's sake, you just had breakfast.
Where? Yeah, and then comes brunch.
And then my breakfast.
And 11
She
piece.
skitters off and the door closes.
Help.
You guys wait there.
I don't like that she was smiling.
I'm pretty sure that she's probably not going to ask.
It's a kid, Canis. They
Oh.
smile.
You
I know.
I was eating soup when you said that. Fuck.
I know all your baby pictures are you me being angry all the time. Come on.
Why were you looking at my baby pictures?
Your mom insisted.
You have baby pictures? That's adorable.
There's a thing as baby pictures?
Yeah.
Wait, there's a thing as pictures? Huh.
Helena,
You have your work cut out for you.
Helena, as moments pass, your ear twitches and you hear something.
Oh?
Make a perception check.
Let's
Oh,
rub
boy.
something on off this issue.
The child has a
See,
crossbow.
that is
The child has a gun.
a 10.
Not looking up fast enough, you guys suddenly feel a cold drench of water.
No deck saves.
No, this
As-
is funnier. Stop it.
As suddenly a huge basin comes hurling down, slamming on Canis's armor, and you hear the ringing in your helmet as all of you are drenched in water, and you hear the laughter as this small child escapes into the household.
I
Canis
punched
is
down the door.
Just told you.
I punched down the door.
Prestidigitation. No longer wet.
Yep. Helena, stands there sopping wet for a moment. She too just with prestidigitation.
I know, I
And then
remain wet.
she slowly lifts the bucket off of Canis's head.
It's almost form fitted to the armor.
You know,
Oh god.
if you'd like, I do enjoy a bit of payback every once in a while.
I got the perfect payback. Just crack the knuckles.
No, you're not allowed to hit a child.
I also don't think taking revenge on the woman's child who we're trying to speak to.
That too.
Anyway, shall we?
A few moments pass as the door finally opens. You all see what is a elderly blue tiefling woman, her eyes almost blaringly yellow. You definitely see the now increasing wrinkles due to her age. Her tail snaps and whips, and you hear the laughter stop in the household.
Yeah, that's the son of a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking tired.
And what can I do for you, Canis Metilius? And company?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you
Hello.
for seeing us on such short notice. But we need some information that we believe your great-grandmother would have.
As she backs up and widens the door to the entrance. By all means.
Canis will step in.
Tired.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
All right,
go.
as you all
Good
enter the very fine household. It is very simplistic, even by design. Many instruments and what look like to be old relics strewn across. You've seen this before, Canis, as there's a giant staircase leading out towards the upper end, and there being several foyers and living situations here as you guys enter.
Are there ball bearings on the stairs again?
No, they're just rakes.
Make a perception check.
Can we check for traps?
Can I help him?
Sure.
Didn't hit you, it hit Canis before. 17.
What is
I
it?
will-
Perception?
Yeah.
Okay. You got better than I did.
She's going to walk behind the mom, so I'm just following her steps.
Okay. What was the final check, Helena?
Oh, mine was like a 13.
Okay.
Canis got 17.
As far as you guys can see, no, the stairway is clear.
Alright.
So all of you are led out into what looks like to be a very simple dining area, as what looks like to already be set food and what looks like to be a very tall glass of wine. As she finally sits down and So, you are looking for what in particular?
Specifically, we are trying to find the resting place of the Raven Queen's former champion on the Shadowfell.
Me and Monda don't talk anymore.
Who?
Monda Maya,
Oh.
daughter of Sihanin.
Are you looking for Balthazar?
I've only heard stories of the man. He was the main proprietor of the Shadow Agency within Noxla, which was where my great-grandmother had gotten her start as a bard.
If it's not too intrusive to ask, though, is there anyone in association with this person that we could actually like get in contact with, or if you know that they're still about and within functioning order?
I'm trying to find his location.
If you wish to tempt it, there is the Raven Queen.
God. This, yeah.
Oh, I was more... Oh, ma'am, no. I was more of the... I was inquiring if you actually knew if there was someone who had ties to any of this within the Shadowfell.
No, that is a hellscape that I don't think anybody would want to find themselves in.
Well, unfortunately, we have to find ourselves there. Just kind of hoping that we could perhaps narrow our options down.
As far as I can tell you, you have two options. You can try and track down Monda's daughter, possibly her son, or you can try and speak to the goddess of death herself, if you feel so inclined.
Wouldn't your grandmother know its location, though?
I don't...
Just speak to her, dude.
Sorry, I...
The divine gates that separate us and the gods make it very difficult for communication.
Where would you suggest we start to try and find the son or the daughter?
There is a port to the southwest of here, known as Sholtar Port, where the head of the Sihanin church is currently residing, which is her son. If you want to find the daughter, well, you probably might find some luck in maybe Killicksmire.
Well, the fact that we have a location for the son is a good start.
I'd say so too.
Far better than talking to the Raven Queen.
Yeah. Wait a minute. How come we are being suggested to talk to the Raven Queen, but talking to the other goddess is a no?
Here's the
Apparently it's
potential.
easier.
Here's the potentiality. If you wish to talk to the Raven Queen, you have to do it on her terms.
and to talk to your grandmother.
I would need to be of a great deal of a believer, not one of faith. I am no cleric.
Alright, well, it looks like we have one of two options then. Either we find the son or the daughter, which seems like the easiest route, or we suck it up and actually talk to the Raven Queen. Because we're not low on options to do that.
Could any cleric speak to her?
I mean, if you know a high enough cleric within the faith of hope, then by all means.
I'd say that's
Is
enough.
there no? Are there no Church of Hope?
Within Aurario?
Mm-hmm.
No.
God damn it!
You find some
Well-
luck in that in Vale.
Well, I am thinking, in that case, that perhaps the brother might be the best option. How close are these two areas? Like, which one is closer for the brother and the sister?
So, Kilitzmeyer is the capital of Wallenstein, which you guys have already been to. Sholtar Port is just slightly west of Orakani.
That's where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, yep, I can see it. Wait, it's a port, right?
Yeah.
Weren't Garu or Lionel been there before?
Yeah, you guys had
that's
to go.
true.
You had to go through that port.
There you go. Look at the
Oh,
port.
sick.
There you go.
Alright, cool. Let's do that then.
All right. That makes it easy.
Well,
Well, thank you for your time, ma'am.
She looks uninterested at all of you.
and you
Gosh,
know
that's-
what? That's fine.
That's fine. She has a lot
That's
of
fine.
sway.
Hey, you scratched our back, so you know it's fine. We don't hate you. We're not indifferent. We're just indifferent towards each other. We can live with that.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Take care. Best of luck. You show us like
As-
this kindness.
I don't talk to her much, so yes.
As you guys leave, you hear the crack of her tail once again, and you hear the small footsteps escaping what is your guys' exit.
Oh God.
Oh, what the hell is on the floor? The ceiling? I'll search for
what
traps.
looks like to be a failed tripwire.
Uh-oh.
Little turd.
She was trying.
Is she still around?
You can you are beginning to see what is the slight bluish skin and dark black hair as it is running up the stairway. As she finally manages to bound around a corner.
You know what? She thinks that failed. I'm going to reset up that tripwire in a place where she is likely to fall flat on her face.
All right.
Are you intending to have a feud with a child?
Yes.
Revenge.
Canis.
Helena?
You're asking Helena this.
Helena, if you win, it means you bested a child. If you lose, it means a child bested you. What do you get from this?
Personal enjoyment.
Catharsis.
Blood.
Justice?
I look over at River and I slap her across the head.
Ah!
Anyway, I'm resetting up that tripwire.
All right. All right.
All right.
It's done. It's a very rudimentary tripwire, but
I
yeah.
would
wait
have
for us-
remembered first to hit it.
I cannot fucking wait for us to come back and just like there's a fucking police scene in front of this house, just like and the poor old lady.
It's
fucking
like,
just, like
She tripped down the stairs, broke her neck, and then
it's like it's like that episode of what's it? God, something 99, Brooklyn 99,
Yeah,
where,
Brooklyn 99.
where Jake ties the shoelaces, and then like they come back at the office and he's choking on the shoelaces. And it's like, how? He's choking. How? All right.
Oh, man.
So, you guys finally leave.
Yep.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we're heading south to the port to find the brother.
We have a destination.
All right.
We're just going to let Dominic know that we're gonna get some information regarding the Shadowfell, and then we'll contact him to go there.
All right. Good to know. As you guys you send ascending, you prep a bead as you guys find yourselves opening a door, which is the familiar smell of the seaside, as it just into the breeze. As you guys finally step through, you guys find yourself in the center of Sholtar Port.
Nice.
You do see, as to note, what looks like to be a rather sizable cathedral with that which bears the mark of Sihani.
Sihan.
Sihan.
What were the gods of again?
The moon?
Of the moon and of elves that have no master. Oh, I'm sorry.
Struck a
Oh,
nerve
man.
there.
The moon.
Yeah.
A woo?
So if it's
Banjo
like-
has no master.
it's like an elven thing, maybe Helena can get some extra points here.
Maybe.
What?
I don't know.
I stepped away for a second. What?
It's an elven thing.
What's an elven thing?
This church.
Oh.
The god that we're talking to has an affinity for elves with no master.
Oh. Helena taps at her bow. Gotcha.
No, not kill them.
No, I mean that this bow is.
Yeah.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yes. Well, we can try. Gonna
Knock
waltz
hard on
in.
the door.
Yep, I'm gonna waltz in.
As
Boom,
Helena,
baby.
as you enter, there, it's dead empty.
Oh, pff.
With what looks like to be a golden-haired young man, with what looks like to be a very well-kept and understandably like very nice goatee, same color as his hair. His eyes are like the moon itself, as he is currently just preparing and going through his equipment at the beginning of the day. As he looks up. Oh. Hi.
Hello. What was the dude's name we were looking for again?
This is Oscar.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
This is technically
Oscar
he is Oscar Jr. As he is the son of Monda and Oscar, which are the first or two of the main six from about 100-ish years ago.
Oscar Jr. had paladins in Longston Church of Paler.
Oh, hello.
Wait, Paler?
Hi.
Well, we're a group of adventurers. We were hoping we could get a bit of help with something. We are aiming to go to the Shadowfell to look for a particular item. And
Don't tell me it's anything to do with her.
Who's her?
Define her.
My sister.
No.
Not
Oh,
at
thank
the
God.
moment.
Okay, thank God. Well, I mean, if it has nothing to do with my sister, does it have anything to do with my mother?
Somewhat.
Helena like does that hand motion.
Okay, I'll be straightforward. We're looking for the Balthazar remains.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
We don't want to disturb the dead, but it's kind of necessary.
There's an evil god rising, so
You know, my mother used to talk about that a lot. Listen, I don't want to step in on any toes here. I'm here just looking after the church for the time being. I have no particular affinity to any of this. But if you're looking to try and find yourself within whoever's good graces willing to take you there, by all means, I wouldn't.
we are not asking you to take us there. We just
Oh
want
no,
information.
yeah, we
need
have means of
locations.
travel.
We just need to know where to go.
I mean,
Even like a general
Yep.
area would be helpful.
well, that depends, because you wouldn't have to go too far if you're in the relatively same location as within Noxla,
Next one.
the southern town within the city of Arario. That's
on
where
the
his
map.
grave is.
So if we stand near his grave and then travel into the Shadowfell, we basically are in the same location we need to be then.
Yes.
Okay.
Before you actually go, I do want to note something. When we try to put it back, we were met with force.
Huh?
In what way?
Her name is Saldanis. She used to be a very old paladin, elven woman. She took to the faith of the Raven Queen, but near her end, she betrayed that faith. And she now guards the grave site that is Balthazar's last remains.
How dangerous are we talking?
Well, the best I can say is that she isn't exactly alive. She's not dead, and she is very skilled. And she even my own magic falls to any of her abilities. I do not like the concept of going there or even thinking about going there. It is an unfun place.
Well, that's what we keep hearing. Any
Yeah.
recommendations, good recommendations on just surviving there?
Don't stay there for too long.
Or
Well, it depends on the person, but it can, being in the Shadowfell can do things to the mind that you don't want happening.
if we
How-
teleport,
If you're only there for a day, thank God. If you're there any longer, you're going down a very fast spiral.
Have you been there before?
Yes. I
For
had
how
to,
long?
2 days.
what's
Like-
the worst that could happen to you?
Madness, certain manic blindness. I don't know. I went there with a small troop in hopes that when we put back the Umbrous Regalia, it would have appeased some people, but it was dangerous. It was not fun.
Guys, do we really want to deal with this?
Well, what choice do we have? We need these things.
It's
Plus,
less
if
a
we're
want
like,
than a need.
plus if we teleport right there, we should be able to just pick it easily. Yes.
Yeah, but what is exactly there? Is it like on a tower? Is it like in a underground?
Under the bones are what will be the graveyard of Balthazar. Within it, if you enter his mausoleum, it should be there.
So we make our way in the real world, in the prematerial plane, to where this location is, and we teleport there. We should be pretty close, huh?
You will
And
be
hope
close.
that-
I think.
And hope
However,
that's a quick incursion.
Yeah.
What was this woman's betrayal for?
she tried to save a life,
Oh fuck!
and she
Ah,
failed.
balls.
She failed, and she blamed her god for it.
Hmm.
Oh,
So we're dealing with an undead oathbreaker.
I'd imagine that's what you are dealing with, yes.
why every time we deal with the Raven Queen is something bad?
Because I have the feeling that she doesn't like any of us.
Oh, you think? And River points at her freaking white bangs.
Well, she is a bit more friendly than you would think, but yes, it's not great.
I don't necessarily think it's that she dislikes us. It's just she shrugs. It's death.
I don't think the gods like any of us. It's just the way it is.
I mean, yeah, you look at Canis. He's dead.
It's
Thanks for the reminder.
I'm sorry. That still surprises me.
Okay, so if we enter the Shadowfell, we have to avoid this Oathbreaker paladin, and then also go spelunking into a mausoleum filled with wraiths and undead to find this regalia.
pretty much.
No,
We are getting a.
not
What?
exactly. The Oathbreaker, she protects the mausoleum.
She's wearing it, isn't she?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in the past 30 years.
Mm.
Would be a good guess that she is wearing the armor.
That is a very respectable guess, yes.
However,
We
in
could always
something
try
to
and
note-
reason with her.
And something to note, and I'm not going to say any further past this, only 3 of you can enter that gravesite.
What?
Only 3 of you can enter that gravesite.
I know I heard you, but what does that mean?
Hmm.
What happens
Exactly what he said.
I can't
more?
tell you why, but you'll find out when you get there.
I think, if that's the case, probably best if Canis went in.
Agreed.
Cleric?
Garu.
Mm-hmm.
Probably River. The rest of us can be range if needed.
I was thinking Garu, Canis, and Lion. No, you had two defenders in a distance fighter, but
Well, I mean, do you have range?
I have a bow, but I'm talking. No, or I mean, oh wait, okay. So you say
We'll figure this out when we get there. There's still plenty of time.
Is the gravesite where the body is, or is it like a thing you need to go and then deeper down? Or...
The mausoleum is a single room where I left the Umbrus Regalia and ran.
Okay. What else, if any, did you face there besides the paladin?
The occasional shade here and there.
Okay.
What is that?
I think it's a ghost.
Sounds like a ghost.
It's fine. I got my silver coins. You can get possessed if you have silver coins.
That's superstition, River.
I come from an entire race of lucky people. We are really superstitious. We're very superstitious.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
So the local flora and fauna there, all of the undead persuasion.
Yep.
So we need to get a necrotic resistance and something for.
Don't bother. I tried.
Oh, I suppose one more thing about the general area: avoid the red mist.
What does it do?
Just don't go in it.
That doesn't help us at all.
You don't come out.
Well, okay then.
As
Okay.
far as I know.
Solid advice.
Solid advice: don't go in the red stuff.
Why
Can we
not?
get-
You don't come out.
You just don't. Is there anything we can get to help our, our sanity? Like meta speaking, anything for wisdom saves?
No.
I think half of us are proficient in that. Actually, most of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wisdom and intelligence. So one of them is useful.
Strength and constitution.
Well, if
Wisdom.
that's all I have to prepare for a very long trip.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't mean to. Actually, good fucking luck we got to find you here. This is your. Where are you going?
I'm heading down to the south of Wallenstein for a few months.
Everything okay?
No. Depends on how you perceive okay.
Well, what's happening?
Yeah, no.
I'm visiting my father's gravesite.
Ah, I'm sorry for your loss.
No, it's just an anniversary.
Your sister not accompanying you as well, then?
She's a brat. So, whether she finds herself there or not doesn't matter to me.
Then I have a question, then. You're welcome to shut me down on this, but if you feel this negatively towards your sister, you seemed so worried about the fact that she may have been involved in our business in any way. Why is this?
She's distasteful towards our mother. Mom wasn't around all the time. She was off doing business as she would. Going to the Underdark, finding time to visit her mom. Constantly saving lives, I guess, but when you're not there all the time, the only way to get people's attention is to either do it positively or negatively, and I decided to follow in my father's footsteps, but I still have respect for Sihanin and have respect for Palor, and just try and do the best that I can for both sides.
Understandable.
Helena's face is completely blank.
Well, best of luck to all of you, and
To you too, sir. Thank you for your help.
yeah. As you see him get up, you see some of the plated mail kind of now on his back as he begins to move out.
All right, so as he leaves, I look to everyone else. I feel his sister might be a little bit more inclined to have way more interest in our shenanigans.
I thought she didn't.
Well, I suppose the only thing that could yield is more information. But that said, we already have a pretty respectable amount to just go with it.
We do. So should we contact Dominic again?
I fear for having him come along with us if it is this dangerous. Then
But how are we going to get there?
I was gonna say we don't have another way to get there.
We'll need to borrow the box. And she goes with her freaking hands. Borrow the box.
no,
We're not.
Or
going to-
buy it.
we're not going to steal it from him, but we are going to tell him every bit of information we have, and that the fact that we're going into a realm that could just emanate madness, and we're going into a place where there's an undead paladin awaiting for us at the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Giving him more information as to how detailed and dangerous this could possibly be may persuade him to not come with us.
We're
Yeah.
telling him to prepare for a hellscape, and if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to come.
Exactly.
He's already aware that it's a hellscape, honestly.
Well, yeah, but more detail on it.
Yeah,
Maybe-
but when a fucking literal wraith meets him at the front door and slices his head off, that's not going to be well prepared, now is it?
Oh, look, I wasn't saying, don't tell him anything. I'm just saying he already knows that it's dangerous, so he already sounded like he was willing to come, at least for that part.
Yeah, not to mention the extra information is not bad. Not to mention the idea of getting there. We need to go back to Horario and then go south.
It's within Aurario. Noxla
within.
is a Noxla is a
Oh, it's a district?
piece- Yeah, the district south of the center.
Oh shit, that's so
Yeah.
perfect.
The Southern District of Aurario. Fantastic.
Hot diggity.
Yeah.
Very
well,
well, then.
all
Let's
right.
go
Now-
back then.
So you
Though
guys,
that being said, we should probably get more silver stuff along the way.
We need to get stuff for our wisdom saves. So whatever the fact, something to protect our brains.
I mean, I'm a cleric. I'm fine.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
have +2 to wisdom. Yeah.
I have +2 too, but I have really bad luck.
I have
I've
a
also
whole
has
lot
hard
of...
resistance to necrotic damage.
I have a +1 to wisdom.
all
I
right.
have a
So,
Anyway.
so you guys, using another one of your beads, head back to Aurario. As you do approach to Arvelo's arcane assets, as the close sign is once again back up.
Yep.
As you guys
Ah,
enter,
please.
you see what is an awaiting and once again safari dressed, only this time in black camo.
Fantastic.
Black camo, Dominic, as he's prepared for all of you. All right, well then, shall we?
Couple of things to
For
discuss.
the sake of brevity, should we just say we?
Yeah, we're telling him everything we just found out.
Yeah.
Red mist, the what
Hmm.
side effects, creatures.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
It's probably a bad idea that a non-combatant goes there.
Well, I mean, he does know some magic, right?
I know a lot of magic.
Now, granted, we're not going to deny this point. We kind of need your help to get there. So it's if you want to stay safe, we could just borrow the item and get it back to you. Although I don't know how comfortable you are with that.
I mean,
Dominic, the only reason why we're telling you this is because I treasure your friendship enough that not telling you this and having you walk headfirst into what could assuredly be death is not fair to you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. And I also understand the dangers. And I am not going to pass up a moment without having at least some form of backup for all of you as well. I will go.
Lionel
As a
just holds his
spirit?
hands up very well.
Opens his
Arigato.
shirt. Opens his jacket, has a shirt that says YOLO.
Let's fucking
Go.
go!
Though, that being said, do you have any idea where we can find some silvered weapons by any chance?
You
I
know,
mean, we all
We all have silver. Well, I have my
We all
my
have
silver
magic
jacket.
weapons.
I
got
have
magic
fists.
nonsense.
Yeah, true.
I do have a silver coin. That's
Yes, I will shove this coin down a ghost's throat.
River, please don't just throw coins at them.
I'm not. No, as long as I no, it's not about throwing them. As long as you have silver with you, you cannot be possessed. Yeah, you need to
Really?
go. You need to go through a
You have a
through
silver
graveyard.
sword.
Yeah, you need to have with your silver as you go through the graveyard, so you don't get possessed.
Don't
Also,
think that's how that works.
Also, leave back your left foot, your left shoe.
You're making this shit up as you go along, aren't you?
No,
Well, you know what,
River, you
you're
say you're from a
so
lucky race. Are you?
Wait a second. What if we don't have shoes?
we're superstitious.
Well, Garu's dead.
well. Look,
Just ragdolls.
since River's so confident, she can go in first.
There you go. Wait a minute.
You guys already see the portal on the floor.
Ah!
I kicked her in.
No, wait, we're supposed to go through this district though.
As,
Ah!
as
It's all in the same town. Jump
Alright.
in.
as you all jump in, as you see not colors this time, but what looks like to be blacks and grays streaking light, as you all find yourselves not falling, but catapulting. As you guys come up from the ground, as all of you are spurting out like a fucking geyser, as you all hit the hard, dusted, blackened ground, and you all begin to get up, and you begin to look around. There is dust, dismay, absolutely zero color.
Stranger Things theme starts playing.
Everyone starts bouncing up and down with their arms to the side. Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Even our clothes are our clothes still colorful?
Yeah.
As you guys look at each other, there is no color.
Okay.
As you see when Dominic pulls out what looks like to be a very simple torch and he lights it, that's when you begin to see a small echo of the color. Like, the color in the face. It's so odd and strange. It lacks any detail.
So the saturation has been just fucking dropped down to near zero. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, shall we?
Let's be on our way then.
Alright. You guys begin to traverse. You hear the harrowing echoes all throughout the Shadowfell. You see shadows and shades as they begin to move around. You see a crumbled castle as you get further and further away from the center. What is like this torn twilight town. As you get closer towards Noxla, there are less buildings, and for the first time you begin to see what look like a boundless, almost fish-like bone structure before it becomes this whole body. This large draconic form as it looks out. As it continues to look towards the south, the bones seem stationary and in place.
Okay. I want to roll perception to see if anything's looking at us.
Go ahead.
Okay, here I go. 14 plus perception is 3. So, 17.
17. As you look out and around, you constantly hear the whispers and wails. And you're trying to lock eyes with anything as you're looking out. There's nothing that you can see that is looking at you.
Okay, I just wanted to make double sure that, like, we're not being observed in a very angered fashion.
Do I see any mist at all?
From what you can immediately see, no, but if you want to make a perception, you can.
Yeah,
How are we supposed to see red mist if there's no color?
that's what I'm thinking.
We just gotta put the torch out really, really far.
Then put
That
gold.
perception, that's 15.
15. There is no mist of any kind. Not any in red. As you guys just continue to look around and now beginning to see, as you get closer towards these Draconic bones, beginning to see the piles of human bones and bodies they lay on the ground.
Humans were here?
What killed them?
Not exactly sure.
What role would that be?
Make a survival check.
Yeah. Not a good roll. Survive nature plus 4, 15.
Looking close at the body, it's due to either exposure, just people just keeling over and dying. It seems like it's just the place itself that causes this.
Gross.
Well, do we see a mausoleum?
As you get closer towards the threshold, you begin to see what looks like to be the knockdown buildings, but what look like to be large black gates and a small dark building and what looks like to be a blackened form now staring at all of you as it physically wisps with golden eyes staring at you. It has no definable features.
Now, was it the graveyard that they said only 3, or was it the mausoleum?
Only 3 can enter his grave.
That would that be the mausoleum?
So,
Canis,
Right,
this figure is familiar to you.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez.
Wait, to who?
Uh-oh.
Canis.
Canis.
Yeah.
This figure, for the first time seeing it outside of your dream, it is familiar to you.
who are you?
As you see it now begins to step closer towards all of you.
What happened? What's happening? What is that thing?
It stops in front of you, Canis. Its eyes are golden and burning like fire. And you can hear an echo and call like a dragon's roar as it rumbles throughout this broken city.
Guys. Hello?
Well,
Yeah.
What do we
Hmm?
do?
I think that might be who we need to take it from.
Hello, sir?
Speak to in Draconic.
Yeah, it's Draconic.
Yeah, can also talk to in Draconic. Who are you?
You hear another echoing roar, almost as if it's coming from the bones. I am Balthazar.
Rad.
Well, okay then.
Oh boy.
It's Balthazar.
I thought he was dead.
So
Well,
that's not
clearly, yes.
Oh, he is. Just in this realm, the dead may have corporeal form.
How is he here though?
What does he want?
As this?
A lot of good questions. And Draconic again. Why did you keep showing in my dreams?
heard your father. I once was this.
As he points up to the bones.
Oh.
Ooh.
You begin to remember some of the history of Balthazar. As you remember in one of the books that had told the story of a gold dragon, ancient as time had begun, gave up his form to the Raven Queen so that way he can help end the Favel Mock. He was promised armor as strong as his own scales.
Anything else?
It-
Mal?
Yeah, I'm thinking of what to say right now.
Oh.
What do you want?
Umbris regalia must be protected. It must be within the hands of those who know death.
Looking straight at River, then
Why are you
back.
looking at me like that?
Where is it?
It rests within my hallowed grounds, below my heart.
Can you take us there?
Yes, but only 3.
Okay then. And to the rest of the group now. All right. He's willing to take us to the regalia, but only 3 of us.
Why?
For what purpose?
Can we ask?
You know what? Fuck it.
Isn't Garu part of this conversation because can't he speak Draconic as well?
Yeah, but he's just like, you're the one fucking leading this conversation, so
Fair.
he's just listening.
Can you ask like why 3?
Yeah. Why are we only limited to 3?
As you see the golden eyes shoot away from Canis, they now look at you. You feel the presence, its darkened aura, almost as if the echo of its last breath of death.
In the time of the Favel Mock, there were 3. The ones who defended the world. Myself, Serena Tana, and Al-Jok, the Forgiven. This trial echoes that history.
He's gonna perk up at the word trial. I see.
That is cool. But what about the rest of the players, though?
It's a test, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Should you begin, those within my hollow grounds will defend against the fallen White Raven, as the
The
rest of
Oathbreaker.
you will defend against those who wish to stop the trial.
Ah.
That's cool.
So people who are outside deal with the ads.
Mhm.
Oh, this is a
Okay.
Revenant boss. Fuck yeah.
Yo!
You're gonna have to think about this for the next week.
We are gonna have to think about that.
Oh yeah.
So, who are we sending in to nuke the Oathbreaker while everyone else deals with ads?
Hello.
So
Hello.
Yeah, I think Canis definitely needs to deal with the Oathbreaker. That's definitely the big one.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Canis, cleric can help a lot against the freaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those who met death can do the armor, so I have to go.
Yeah, I think so too.
Technically, Gar can do the same thing, but he's not gonna wear it. But he's actually met death, so
Yeah, you actually have.
yeah,
You had a lovely tea
Yeah.
time with her.
yeah, and horrible trauma.
Yeah.
That said,
We can't
there's
leave
gonna be
everyone else.
squishy. There's gonna be squishy people left up top
Yeah.
now.
But
So Garu might need to stay with at least whoever's squishy up top.
I was thinking Canis, River, and Lionel. 2 tanks and 1 range.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yep.
And outside, Garu, Franz. I don't know. Franz, is Franz still here?
No, you guys left him, but you do have an Arvello.
Okay.
Okay, what is
Garu-
Arvello now?
It's wizard.
He's a wizard.
He's a whiz.
Okay.
He's a level 14 wizard, so you guys are okay.
Fuck, you guys are fine.
You guys are okay.
fine. Fuck me.
Are you sure? we should-
Dominic? Can we bring him?
Are you sure you want to put me into the boss fight? What the fuck can I do?
That will solely depend on based solely on. Well, I'll explain it throughout the week.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
We kind of
Okay.
need to end. It's part.
Yeah.
I'd like to eat dinner, yes, please.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as you see the figure turn, it's almost as if only the eyes ever turn, but like this incorporeal form as it now begins to stand in front of the gates. You see them. The gates as this hollow ground, as they go out and around, you see a single building out towards the distance and what looks like to be a pillar in the center. Here you see, as you look around on the ground, there are black feathers white feathers everywhere, as they are whisked and woven into the wind. So, with that being said, that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's game.
Cool.
Hot diggity.
That's a Bloodborne boss room. That's a Bloodborne boss room.
None shall pass.
All we had to do
None
was get
shall
direction from
pass.
the Cleric Beast.
God, that scared me. And also, Bracky, yes.
What?
Yes. What you said.
What do you mean? Yeah. Oh yes, Bloodborne.
I cannot wait for you guys to see what this mini
Oh
is.
God.
Oh boy.
All right.
Lady Maria
So-
fight. Let's go.
So we do have a bit of announcements before we call it tonight. I do want to get through like just a couple of mine, and then we'll go around the table as we usually do. So before you guys go, in case you do want to catch up on any of the former episodes of D6, hey, there's always a link down below. Or if you really liked this episode, don't forget to give it a follow. As far as I know, there are a bunch of people that watch the show but don't actually follow the channel. That makes me a little bit sad. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that, that'd be absolutely awesome. Also, I will be releasing a video on Tuesday, which is a joke video made in excellent taste. If you haven't seen what I've been posting on Twitter. Also, I did a song thing for Kingdom Hearts that I'm super proud of, and it has been in the work for a very, very long time. I did a rap as well, so if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, hey, Twitter, tons of links for that. I got to do it with my friend Zal. All right, that's pretty much it for me. Boo, How about you?
I pretty much got nothing, but I have the week off, so I'm definitely going to be streaming a lot more. Like maybe at least twice or 3 times. I'm not really sure yet, but just give me a follow over at twitch.tv/Boo Radley, and I'll stream art. That's pretty much all I got.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm Braki, aka Brachyzoid. I played River the Halfling Fighter, and you can find me at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid or Twitter @Brachyzoid, where I stream games and do the doodles. More recently, I think I'm gonna go back to Dungeon Defenders Awakened, as I just recently purchased the game. Even though it has some hiccups at the launch, but let's hope they iron those out. It's fingers crossed.
All right.
And that's about it. I already did the arts. Well, in regard, you know what? If you want to share anything like artwork or fan art or any conversation regarding the campaign, you can do so on Twitter using the hashtag D60R.
Yeah.
Or tagging us by using our Twitter tags underneath our characters' names.
Yeah, and you could potentially be in the well, you'll definitely be in the art gallery.
The slideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Caitlin.
Hey, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, Caitlin C37, where I do art. Commissions are currently closed, but if you do want information on commissions, you can find all that on my Twitter. And then if you want to watch me work on the commissions, you can find me on Twitch. Take it away, Mel.
Hey, Sir Malavik, you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/Sir_Malavik. I really do need to find a streaming schedule, but normally it's just a variety of games, if you like hanging out there.
Yeah.
And you can follow my Twitter at Sir Malavik, and normally it's just me retweeting shit posts or other art. So, yeah, that's for me.
All right. And Zito?
You know where to find me. Twitch.tv/Zito. Evering and Almanac on Patreon, and CZ Backlash on Twitter. I have a fuck ton of things going on over the course of the week, but the only thing that I'm going to say that is worth announcing is that I've been working on 3 homebrew books for the past better half of last month, and they're starting to come to fruition. So, playable slugs, playable beholders, and fawn, they're happening very soon.
Yeah.
Slug.
Yeah. All right.
Slug.
So I guess with that being said, thank you guys, and thank you all as well for watching. And as always, see you next Sunday. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Why?
Goodbye.